Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tales from the Fort.
Yeah, buddy.
We are finally back.
Finally. No shit.
I am Jared.
And I am Jared.
This is the other Jared.
Jared 2.
It's been a hell of a month.
Yeah.
Between being sick and then holidays and all that shit. It's been fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But we're finally back. So,
2 weeks off, holiday.
took 4 weeks off.
Was it 4
I was
weeks?
counting. I was like, holy shit. 'Cause
it
last time
has
we
been.
recorded was December 3rd.
Holy hell.
So
Okay.
here is December 30th. So, but we have a special guest tonight, as always. So why don't you introduce yourself to us?
Johnny
Hello, Johnny.
from good old Fort Worth.
Good old Johnny.
I appreciate y'all having me on. Thank you. Thank you.
See, the
Yes.
audience loves you.
Yes, they love you. Well, tell us about yourself. How do you know? Because I don't know you.
Yep.
So how do you know Jared?
You know me. You know the number one Jared.
You're
The one that said he spelled his name correctly.
Yeah, right.
So Jared's daughter goes to, Fossil Ridge. And my current girlfriend, her daughter also goes to Fossil Ridge. They're both in the theater department. And we met each other through the Booster Club and
Yep.
kind of realized we got a lot in common. I mean, we
There's
grew
one
up around
time.
the exact same era.
There's one time we were setting up our stuff for the boosters for the concession stand for the play, and he's just kind of rattling off. Hey, did you ever listen to this? Did you ever listen to Metallica? What do you like in Metallica? Blah blah. And then he'd bring up another, like a toy or something. I'm like, oh yeah, And then this other guy that worked for us, he came up and was like, I was wondering when you guys were just going to like skip off together and be like, hey, we just became best friends.
Did we just become best friends?
We're going to go do karate in the garage.
Put our beds together, have more room for activities.
Such a lovely thing. That's cool. How old are you?
40.
40. All right.
Nice.
The big 4-0.
I know. I just turned 38 yesterday. So
I would say that was the other thing that was taking me away from the podcast a lot was the theater stuff.
Yeah.
The
Fucking
Fossil Ridge,
kids in there.
The whole Keller department. Keller has 4 high schools, and all 4 of them put on a musical, and they go at each other. I mean, they get judges, like 2 or 3 judges per show or per school, and they only watch one show. And then here in January, they'll have these things called the Kellys. It's kind of like the Emmys, and the kids get all dressed up, and they'll have a red carpet for them. It's the whole 9. But that's how big the school district takes this theater stuff. And his girlfriend's daughter and my daughter are just loving it. They just go to town with all this theater stuff. And in this musical, they got to fly. The kids were hooked up with harnesses, and they got to fly on stage. A couple of them had parts, and my daughter was one of them that had a part that she got to fly. And she actually died twice. My daughter did. She died, and then she came back to life. So
what were they? What play were they doing? Die Hard? She fell off Nakatomi Plaza twice.
Yeah, my daughter played Hans Grover. No, they did Percy Jackson, Lightning Thief.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's not a well-known movie, but it's about mythical creatures. But this movie takes place about these kids, and they have a mythical father or mythical mother, but then their other parent is human. So they're half-bloods, and they've got to go through the world.
Muggle-born, if you will.
Yeah, Muggle-born, yeah. So,
But they love it, man. They get into it, and they're all really talented kids. You can tell that they put a lot of time into it, for sure.
yeah, lots of time.
I never did theater in school. I didn't do much in school. I was just there. I didn't do sports. I wasn't in the choir or anything, and
I was too much into sports to do anything else. But if I could, I wouldn't have been able to do. I tell my daughter this all the time. There's no way at 16, 17, 18 that I'm getting on the stage and performing in front of, friends or
I wouldn't care. Like doing karaoke like that desensitized me. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not scared at all. I'll get up there and just ramble off and
Yeah, you'd have been great in theater then.
exactly.
And
I love being the center of attention.
that's one thing you and Johnny have in common is karaoke.
Oh, you do karaoke?
yeah?
He does karaoke.
I do.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in a while, but I love doing it.
My girlfriend's dad, Doug, he's huge into it.
Yeah.
And he's great at it.
He is.
And he kind of got me going and saying, hey, man, go. I've been in bands before and things like that. But so
Right.
it's different not having an instrument.
Right.
But other than that, I started liking it. So I'll get up there and sing every now and again for sure.
Now, we went to a bar off of 377
Legends.
And Doug, he was singing there, and his girlfriend got up, and she's good. She's real good.
Yeah.
And then Johnny got up and sang, I'm like, damn, look at these guys. Like, I'm just sitting there in my chair going, woohoo, all right. I know that song. I like that one.
You didn't want to give it a shot?
If I get enough of this in me, I might,
right.
but I don't know.
It's fun.
It
What do you
would have
say?
to be a Garth Brooks song, too. So
Yeah, I usually, I sing a lot of,
Thunder.
I sing a lot of country just because my voice. So
Yeah.
it's hard to sing anything high because I have to sound like Mickey Mouse or something. So it doesn't work out in my favor. So
Do some Bee Gees.
Where do you go to karaoke at?
I don't even have a spot anymore because used to when I last did it, when I first started doing it, it was over at John B's in Arlington, and then we used to go to Mac's Tavern over by somewhere. I don't remember where it was. It was in
Nice.
Arlington area. Used to go there, and then I've gone to a Great Notion before, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I don't have a
I didn't
regular
even know
spot
those
or anything.
existed. Nice.
There was that winery in Lake Worth that we used to go to. They do
true.
karaoke there
Yeah, they
on
do
Friday
karaoke.
nights. So
I forgot we went there one night and they had karaoke going and you got up there. So.
yeah,
And I was looking at some songs, but I never pulled the trigger.
You're singing Baby Got Back.
no, I fucking hate that song.
Johnny's been paying attention.
I'm like, even though I love to make people laugh, like if I do karaoke, I'm very serious. Like I won't do a song unless I feel I can imitate them.
Okay.
So I'm not going to get up there and try to sing something like I'm not going to sing "Born in the USA" because and just try to get up there and try to be funny. Like if I want to do it, I'm going to try to
serious
put
about
my
it?
Right.
full effort in. So
Right.
That's good.
karaoke is not a joke.
That's right.
We're going to take this shit serious.
Sit your drunk slut ass down. Like, yes, that's all we need is another fucking version of "I Want It That Way" by the Backstreet Boys. By you drunk whores up there. Tell me why.
And that's what they're doing. They're
Yeah,
screaming into
that's
the mic.
all they
not
do.
Singing in the mic, yeah.
Cindy Pedo.
Because they're too damn drunk.
Yeah, exactly. That's the worst thing is just a fucking annoying drunk girl. Who's like,
Right. Like, fuck. Can't take them anywhere.
not doing that again ever. So, all right. Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the Fork 4.
Bam.
right.
Did you change that up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we only played it once before.
Okay.
I think when Jacob was on, like
It was, yeah.
almost a month and a half ago.
All right.
Oh man. So Fork 4, for anyone that doesn't know, it's 4 questions that are asked by us to get to know our guest.
Yeah.
So the one question we always ask is, what popular song do you absolutely hate?
Man. For the most part, you guys have stolen a lot of my answers for sure. But if so mine's tricky though, because I don't necessarily hate particular songs as much as I hate certain bands.
Right. I remember us
Yeah.
talking about that. Yeah.
There's a few.
There's a
groups
few
out
bands,
there
yeah.
that
Yeah.
I just cannot stand any of their music, and I know I get a lot of hate for some of those bands.
Yeah. Joey gave you a hard time on Nickelback.
Oh, for sure.
He just-
Oh,
He's like,
Nickelback
"Oh."
is horrible.
Right.
Right.
Great.
right.
Never made it as a wise man.
I was listening to a Nickelback one of their albums because a girlfriend of mine had it. So I was like, all right, we'll give it a shot.
Right.
And there's a couple songs in there that have good little riffs, like guitar riffs, you know.
Okay.
But come to find out, Dimebag Darrell wrote some of those from Pantera. So it's like, of course, I'm gonna like those.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, Chad, whatever.
Yeah.
Seems,
Kroger.
he seems like a
Kroger.
douche, so I don't like him at all.
Yeah. They were so overplayed.
For sure.
Like they came out and it was just like,
Oh, God.
okay. And it's like, oh, there's that song again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fuck. Now it's in this movie. And now it's,
Look at this photograph. Kill me. Kill me.
I don't give a shit.
I think that's one big reason why my son likes Nickelback a lot is because they were in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and they had a song in that, and I think they've had a song in each of the first 3 Spider-Mans. I'm not for sure on that
They
one.
did that one song with the dude from Saliva, Josie Scott. You remember that one?
I do remember
And
that.
they say that a hero can save us.
Yeah, and that was in Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was part 2.
I think that was the second one. Mhm.
Yeah, the Tobey Maguire ones.
Yeah,
That's not a bad song. Because
Best Spider-Man? Tobey Maguire?
the first Spider-Man.
No, do you think he's the best, though?
no,
Oh.
fuck no.
The younger
no.
one? This guy from nowadays or no?
I like the newer. I like this
Newer
one.
one?
I liked
Tom-
Andrew Garfield actually the most.
Yeah,
Andrew Garfield,
second
one.
one.
Second one, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked him the most, but
Really?
then he got cut because I just don't like Tobey Maguire. He just seems like a fucking peckerhead. Like he just
Yeah.
something about his facial region. Like I just don't like.
There's that
Yeah.
scene when he started dancing that I was just going,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's all emo and stuff. And just
yeah, right.
Yeah,
shut up.
That's true.
And then Andrew Garfield, I really liked him just because he had that kind of real dry sense of humor to him.
right.
And I was like, okay, cool. And then he only got 2 movies, and then they brought in this little shit, Tommy. I mean, he's not doing bad.
No.
I don't. It's so fucking hard to believe that he's done like his own 3 movies already, plus been in. I'm just like shit. I feel like 2 years ago he just joined,
Right.
all that stuff in Civil War.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I've been kind of doing the whole what I would do with the Batmans. Like, do they make a good Bruce Wayne and a good Batman, or just
Yeah.
a good Bruce, or just a good Batman? Like, for
Yeah.
example, Michael Keaton. I thought he was great at both. He did a great Bruce and he did a great Batman. But Val Kilmer, I feel he was better of Bruce than he was a Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I kind of feel the same with George Clooney. He was a better Bruce.
I just didn't like George Clooney.
Yeah.
he just didn't see.
honestly, yeah. But if I had to give him one, I'd give him a good Bruce, but he was not a good Batman.
Yeah.
Because when I look at him as a Bruce Wayne, he's not bad. And Christian Bale, I think he's good at both. I don't understand why he changes his voice as Batman. I don't get why he does
Right.
that. I don't think you need to do that.
Not that hardcore.
Not that
Not as
hardcore,
deep as
right?
he did it, right,
Right.
right.
Well, the bad guys,
But it's still
that-
good.
They're gonna know it's him
know.
if they hear his voice.
I gotta talk about it.
Like,
Tell me where he
yeah.
is.
Stop. Where is he? Are you Bruce Wayne?
Right.
Holy shit!
How you doing?
Right.
No.
Because like with
I guess that's the point.
yeah. So with like Tobey Maguire, I didn't like him as either. I didn't think he made a good Peter
I just don't
Parker
see him as
or
an
Spider-Man.
action star.
I thought
Yeah.
the first one was all right.
He wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like the second guy, I thought he made a great Spider-Man. Not such a good Peter Parker, but a great Spider-Man because
Yeah.
of his sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of got that Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds
Yeah.
has that dark Deadpool humor. He's kind of got that Spider-Man humor.
Yeah.
Where he's always talking and always doing some shit ass joke and blah, blah, blah. And then Tom, I think he's pretty decent at both, but
Yeah.
he is very young. He's a very young
Oh, yeah.
actor. But he loves this part. Like when he got Spider-Man,
Yeah, that's the thing is they can get him young and then they can lock
Oh,
him
yeah.
in to where he can be fucking Spider-Man for the next 20 years. So
Right.
and he wants to be.
yeah, and that's the thing too is
He
we're,
wants to be.
we're probably gonna get it.
Probably.
Michael
don't
Keaton,
really-
the best Batman, though.
Oh yeah. I think
I think so too.
I think he's the best Batman.
What do you think?
Be between him and Bale. I don't know. I like little things about each one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because like Robert Pattinson one, I liked it because they went back to more of the detective style, not just the action stuff,
Right.
And everything. It's like all those kind of things. And then like Ben Affleck's Batman, I liked it because they finally had a Batman that wasn't every time they reintroduce a Batman, they'd start him from the beginning. And
Yes.
well,
Right.
his parents got shot,
Yeah.
and then
That was the same
now this
thing they
one,
did with
it's a different guy,
Spider-Man's.
but his parents got shot too.
Yes.
It's like we fucking get it. Like he has no parents, so
Move the fuck on.
whenever they
Yes.
did Ben Affleck, and they're like, "Oh, he's an older, like aged Batman that's kind of fucking over it now," and I'm like, "Yes, finally a different style." Because that's like the first different style one almost.
True.
I
You're
mean,
absolutely right.
Because you had Val Kilmer, but that was just kind of a somewhat continuation of the
Keaton.
the Tim Burton one,
Right.
And then George Clooney, he only lasted one film and everything, and then
Right.
Christian Bale started
reason.
at the beginning again,
Right.
Literally, Batman Begins. So,
Exactly. At least it didn't take too long. I mean, they
Yeah.
went right into Dark Knight.
well,
and-
at least with that one, it didn't, it shows how he built his suit. That's what I
Correct.
loved.
Correct.
Because it was just like showing all the pieces and how he has the microphone hidden in the ear, and
Yeah.
I was like, it's kind of cool. So,
And how he developed the skills to fight.
yeah,
Being in the Shadow. What was that?
League of Shadows.
League of Shadow.
Yeah.
So
Well, because actually, that's the first real or closest to an origin story that we had.
Oh, yeah.
In movie wise, because in Batman with Michael Keaton, they just jumped in and just like, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
It's like, all right,
What are you?
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
So, and I didn't even think about that till just now. So,
That's it.
but in everything, they just reintroduce it, and it's like, oh, well, his parents got shot, and then it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay. We get it.
fucking get it.
Yeah.
All right. So if I had to pick a song,
Yes.
Oh yeah, shit.
The first question.
I'd probably go with what Roxanne from.
Oh.
The police.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just because they're repeaters, and I can't stand a repeater.
Right.
Like how many times you can say "put on your red light" or
And Roxanne.
or there's I don't
Right.
know. I'm not a big
Okay.
police guy.
Yeah.
I like Sting. He's a good bass player, all that jazz, but
Yeah.
I just can't stand that song.
Good answer, actually.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's right up the alley of what I don't like in songs of just constantly saying the same, thing
repeating, no
over and over.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oasis
I
was
could
big
sing
on
this.
that too.
Do what?
The Oasis, the English band,
Oh, right,
whatever,
right.
Wonderwall and all that
Wonderwall.
jazz.
Mhm.
Great musicians, like they're good, but they're just repeaters, and
Exactly.
it's like in the song already. Okay,
Right.
we've heard that enough.
This is over.
No, there's some that just keep going. You're like, you could have ended it like 4 verses ago. Like you're not saying anything new.
Exactly.
All right. Let's see. What fictional character do you relate to most?
Man, I heard all y'all's podcast. This is a new question.
I think
I mean, we've asked it once,
Have
I
you?
think, or
Okay.
twice.
I
So.
missed that one, I guess. I saw the one was like conspiracy theories. Yeah, I want to watch that one.
Yeah,
We didn't
this
even
can
get
be any fictional like TV show.
What do I see myself as? Like, what?
Yeah,
would I
what do you
like
relate
be,
yourself to
relate
more?
to?
Yeah, because there's certain characters that, like Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother. Whenever I was single, like I would go through those things, and then I could relate to him a lot. And then there's like Jerry Seinfeld, because whenever I was dating, fucking every girl, there was something that she had mad hands. Just like all these different things, and I would find
I've heard you're
something that I
pretty
just
picky.
could not get over. And
I've
I'm
heard,
like,
their
She had a-
teeth or the man.
Yeah.
hands or,
She had
or
a
the-
cheeseburger at a
forearms
Mexican
are,
restaurant.
their forearms are too
or
hairy.
the, what was it?
It's
The
like,
snort.
Yes.
laugh?
oh, the snort
Laugh.
girl, God. But that's the
cracking
thing,
up
because
when I
like
saw that.
I love to make people laugh, and I couldn't just deal with just like
Yeah.
it's like
It would get old.
I know if Murray goes to get up and falls down, I was like, "What are you drunk?" She's like, and I'll be like, "That wasn't that funny."
Right. There is the overlapper for sure, where it's like, not everything's super funny.
Yeah,
right.
You can chuckle at certain things.
I don't mind snorting at all. It's just
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not every
because
time.
if I get a snort, it's like, damn, I made him laugh pretty good.
Right.
And this one is just like, I just winked at her and she snorted. It's like, all right, well,
Right.
good. I guess I'm
Hey,
funny.
good on
So.
you though, man. Don't end up with them snorters for sure. Not worth it.
Oh, I held out, and I was just, I found exactly what I want now. So I'm like,
Seth Rogen from the movie Knocked Up.
yeah,
That's like Me in a nutshell, for sure. He's like, you know, like, what do you eat? He's like, I'm eating spaghetti, like, because it's the easiest thing to make.
Right.
And then she's like cleaning something out. And she gets this huge sword. And she's kind of like, you know, what's this? He's like, it's a ninja weapon. And it's under my sink. Yeah, that's where it goes.
Yeah.
There it goes.
I had a weapons drawer at an apartment that had like a sai like
buddy.
Raphael carries, and it had like a big ass pry bar, and like I had just 2 or 3 weapons, and they're like, "What is this?" Like, "This is my weapons drawer."
I had a whole wall when I was a kid. I had the 2 sais hanging up like that,
Right.
across, the nunchucks hanging, and I had
All the Ninja Turtle
Turtle
weapons.
weapons for
Yeah.
sure.
I did.
Exactly.
My mom didn't love us. I had posters and pictures all over my walls. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed weapons.
I was so white trash with my
Well,
room
shoot, mine
growing
were
up.
the $20. What's that big flea market, Trader's Village?
Oh yeah,
So I got like $20 Trader Village size. So it's not like they're pointy or anything,
Right.
You know? I'm sure if a sword went down, it would cut right through.
yeah.
It looks cool. Though. It looked cool.
It looked cool.
You're not battling
Up on the
any,
wall, yeah.
any sewer rats with that. Or,
Some burglar comes in. I ain't fucking with this kid.
yeah.
He's got size.
Right.
Oh shit.
Should have got a killed shield kid.
I think you were talking about that. I was saying, what is it, Raiders of the Lost Ark, when he came and just shot that dude rather
Yeah.
than fight him because he was not feeling well that day.
Yeah, I saw that. He was actually sick, and then
Right.
the guy did all that stuff, and he just
Brilliant.
And they
like,
kept
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's Indiana. That's all Indy.
That's what he does.
Is what he do.
That's funny.
All
I
right.
guess Seth Rogen and Knocked Up would be my
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That'd be good.
That's such a good movie.
Yeah.
I would say, speaking of movies, one that I'll plug in here real quick. Our third question is, what is your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Oh man, that's a tough question. Super tough because I grew
Yes.
up and
He's got a lot of shit in movies.
Did you ever see Going Overboard? His very first one.
I've never seen it. I saw it in the $5 bin at Walmart.
Super like low.
It's
budget.
him like,
Yeah, he was even saying in the movie like, "This is not low budget." He says, "This is no budget." It's bad, but definitely not one of his best. Man, it's such a toss up between the 3 for me, which would be Wedding Singer,
yes.
Big Daddy, and Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore is always on everybody's
Yeah.
list for sure.
I think so.
So I don't know, like if I had to pick through and through, I'd probably go Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Click as well.
Yeah.
I forgot about
sounds
Click.
like
I saw that.
I
the
like
other
that
day.
one a
Yeah.
lot. Mm-hmm. And then, what's the one with Seth Rogen? He has fucking cancer. Funny People.
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's a
That's a
real
good one.
dark, serious one. And excuse me. I got it on me. No, just kidding. So like Adam Sandler's like this comedian, and then he hears Seth Rogen like telling some jokes and everything, and then something happens to where Adam Sandler has to perform at I think it's a Facebook thing, and then he has Seth Rogen write him some jokes. He like calls him up. And he's like, "Hey man," he's like, "I heard you had some funny stuff. Write me some jokes." And he's like, "All right." So then he does that, and then he brings him along, and he makes him perform too. And he's like, "All right, you got to do 5 minutes before me." And he's like, "What?"
Right.
He's like, "What? Really?" And then he finds out that like Adam Sandler has cancer, but Adam Sandler's like fucking rich. He's been in all these movies, basically like a caricature kind of himself. So then he kind of hires Seth Rogen to be like his, right hand man, where he helps write him stuff and he helps him do stuff around the house and everything. And he's like, "Oh, I need to get rid of some of the stuff, sell it, get rid of it. I don't care." And he's like, "All right." It's like and then it's like stacks of shoes that companies have given him and everything. So
Right.
it's a very dark movie, but it's got some funny parts. But it's like a very serious movie.
What's it called again?
Funny People.
Funny People.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
It's about 2.5 hours long, I think. So
Yeah.
Jeez, really?
yeah,
Yeah. I haven't seen it in a long time. So
Yeah.
it's good though.
because that one was cool. And then off of Adam Sandler, but what was it, 50-50 with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, where he had cancer,
Oh.
and then Like every movie has like Seth Rogen being a friend to someone with cancer.
With cancer,
Like,
yeah.
All right, in this movie, we're gonna smoke a bunch of weed, and then he's gonna have fucking cancer. And then my fucking dog, I'm gonna give him stoned. He's got cancer.
He gets cancer.
Like, all right, Seth, why don't you?
Yeah.
Is there any other diseases you want to? No. What the fuck? Really?
I just like giving people cancer.
He's very typecast.
Exactly. All right. And then question 4, unless you have one.
I can't think of one.
I got one.
Oh, okay. Ask it.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you had to pick greatest vocalist of all time,
Ooh.
male. Let's go male.
Male.
Male vocalist. It can be, I mean, obviously like a singer type music,
Right.
either country or rock or, you know.
I think. I mean, we were talking about this group the other day, and you don't really care for them too much, but I think their lead singer has the best vocal range out there.
Rage Against the Machine.
And no,
Come with it now.
it's Brent Smith. Brent Smith from Shinedown.
Oh, okay.
His vocal range is just outstanding. I mean, he can do anything and everything. I mean, they're not one of my. I mean, they're probably my top 5, top 10 bands. you know?
Really?
Yeah, I really like Shinedown, but it's mainly due to Brent. You know,
Are they the ones that I'm an outcast, always
Yeah.
under attack? Mm-hmm. So I feel like their music always lets me down because they've got such great like intros,
Right.
And their music comes in hitting hard,
right?
cool little hook to it, and then they always revert to like their chorus. It's kind of weak for me,
Right.
I created a sound, like it just killed it for me. Like, man, you guys were badass at the beginning with the I'm an outcast,
Keep it going.
always under attack. I was like, oh yeah, crank it up, and then I created. Oh no, never mind. You killed it. But you know, vocalist, meh, I didn't really think about him, but
Yeah, he's just his range is just I think is just awesome. So
what about you?
I've got 2. It'd be for me, Freddie Mercury and
Yeah.
Maynard James Keenan.
Okay,
Freddie Mercury,
That's
yeah.
a great selection.
I love Maynard's voice. Like
Yeah,
he just
yeah.
got such a powerful voice.
that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just like
What was that? 46 and 2 or something? Where he
Yes.
does that little scream.
goodbye.
Killer. Yeah, dude,
I'm
he's
like,
great. And he used to sing like to with his back to the audience because he had such bad stage fright.
Really?
At the very
There's
beginning,
so
you know?
many.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Jim Morrison was that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then there's been a couple I've heard of that were like that, and they're just like, it's like we're not going to get any fans if our lead singer's not facing the
Right.
audience.
Fucking fog.
But the drummer from Tool is where I get, man, that dude is awesome.
man.
Danny
Dude, his
Carey,
his
he's
drum
amazing.
set is like fucking
Yeah.
massive, and
huge spread around him, got the gong behind him and
yeah, and
everything.
you're like,
That dude is brilliant though.
Yeah. Other than the Rev, talking about he passed away in 2009, but Avenged Sevenfold's drummer, they called him the Reverend or Rev.
yeah,
I will put him as my top drummer, but
Ever?
ever. If you haven't listened to any of his stuff, go back and listen to his stuff. Especially this one song, I'll have to look it up. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he goes nonstop. There's not a part where he takes a break in this song at all.
damn.
It's hardcore. They've got a couple videos of him on stage, and they just had the video on him, and I don't know how he does it.
Yeah.
He just goes through the whole damn song, never stopping. His feet's always going. It's crazy. He to me is my favorite drummer.
I got a list of the 4 greatest drummers ever.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know, anybody could. So it was John Bonham from Zeppelin,
Zeppelin.
Neil Peart from
Rush.
Rush,
Oh, okay.
and then Danny Carey
Danny Carey. Yep.
and Travis from Blink 182.
Oh, Travis
Oh,
Barker.
really?
Yeah, Travis Barker.
That dude's
Okay.
motherfucking crazy.
Dude,
He
he's
is.
badass at the drums. Like he's so clean. Everything has that technical. You know, it's just those are my 4 greatest drummers. ever,
Right.
For sure.
There's a video. It's an old video, but they were. It's them when they were young, and they're in the studio, and he's just got a snare drum, and they go, "Hey, Travis, do some tricks," and he starts doing like marching band stuff, just.
Yeah.
was
It
like,
makes it look effortless.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, this guy is fucking nuts.
He's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
My singer's always, I would go Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
always tops for me.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's just, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you hear him sing, you're just like, oh.
And I've heard people that don't like his voice, and I'm like, it's the greatest voice ever.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish I could sing like that.
No kidding.
It's fucking insane.
Beast and the Harlot. If you ever get a chance, listen to Beast and the Harlot by Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay.
So we'll play it after the podcast. I'll
I
play it
like,
for you guys.
what's the song? A Little Piece of Heaven.
From
You ever
Avenged
heard?
Sevenfold?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love that
Yeah,
song.
that's a great song. Yeah.
I love just cruising around, just that
Yes.
blaring. Just,
Yeah. Yeah. I love Avenged Sevenfold is definitely in my top 5
Yeah.
bands. Love Avenged Sevenfold.
I grew up a metal guy. Well, I started off kind of pop, I guess.
Okay.
Like back when I was younger, I think it was like Aini Kamose's Hot Stepper, you know?
Yeah.
Here come the hot stepper.
Stepper.
You know? I loved it when I was a kid.
Right.
And then my brother introduced me to Metallica,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
That's the story.
Rock
yeah.
is the way to go.
what's
I would
your
say that's
what's your
basically
favorite
mine.
Metallica song?
Favorite Metallica song is, I always kind of go either to, I go Blackened. Yeah.
Black and
From Injustice for All. I just like how it hits. Super good. I know you were saying something from Ride the Lightning was your favorite.
yeah, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black? Oh, okay.
I think is that the one I told you? I know I like
swear it was
that
that
one,
one,
but Ride the Lightning is probably one of my favorite albums.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I think a lot of people go resort to the Black Album, and it's a great album. I love the Black Album, but Ride the Lightning or Garage, I love those two albums.
Garage Inc.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cliff
Garage
Burton's
Inc.
in my top 4 bassist of all time,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes,
Cliff Burton
for
was
sure.
greatness.
Yes,
I love the what is it? Whiskey in the Jar.
Whiskey
I know
in
it's
the
not
Jar.
their song, but I love that song.
The
Yeah.
one Metallica song I don't.
really.
Yeah.
I just
I'm not a big fan of it.
I liked it, and then whenever I actually went to Ireland, I heard the actual
Okay.
like song.
The
It was
song,
like
right.
it gave it
See
new
that
meaning.
being-
I was like,
right.
okay.
I can see that being cool.
I was like, this is
I
pretty
just
cool.
don't understand the gyro part. It just bothers me. Like,
It's just an old drinking song. Just
Yeah.
whiskey in the jar.
Yeah, I guess so. It just never one of my favorites for sure.
Right.
It's a good song though. It's
Yeah.
Metallica, you know. It's,
Yeah.
you can't
Right.
say
Yeah.
wrong.
Can't go. Can't go
I
wrong.
remember when I was young, I stole a single for The Unforgiven 2 from Sam Goody.
Nice.
Stole
I
it.
was so fucking scared. It was like $4 or whatever.
Right.
And
I'll tell
that
you, I was
original song was like 10, 12 minutes long, wasn't it?
One of them, because I think Unforgiven 2 was shortened, but like the first one was like way long, I think.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Yeah,
but it's so weird how it just, and then they literally say, well, you're unforgiven too.
right.
It's like, they said the name of it.
I feel like that's what they did it for. Everybody be like, hey, he said it.
Yeah. I remember when their video of Until It Sleeps came out. Halfway through the video, my mom comes into the room and she's like, why are you watching this Satan worshiping stuff? And I'm like, Mom, it's Metallica. I'm not watching. It's like, no, this
Right.
is Satan worshiper stuff. You get this off the television, blah, blah.
Right.
Just Metallica. I was kind of the same way. I basically kind of grew up with country mainly. I love Garth Brooks to this day. I think he's the best. And so I still like some country, but not a lot. But then as soon as I was introduced to Metallica,
That's it.
it was over.
Right,
I was
right.
done, and I think it was either Fade to Black or One that I first heard. I want to say it was Fade to Black. And then I just started listening to him, and the rest was history. Just like,
Yeah.
this is kick-ass band. Nobody beats them.
Yeah, because it was the Black Album, and then right after, I remember that was right before Load came out. And
Yeah.
Load had Until It Sleeps.
Right.
And I remember being pumped, like listening to 97 Won the Eagle at the time.
Yeah.
And they were going to release that song, their first song off that album. So I stayed up late to listen to it, and it said, okay, here it is, Metallica's Until It Sleeps. And dude, I was like, there's no way this is Metallica. It was like a
Way
huge
different.
change from
Way different.
their heavy kind of, Black Album.
Right.
And Justice for All.
And Justice for All.
This one's like light rock almost, It just kinda tripped
For
me out.
Metallica, yeah.
But those albums
It was.
grew on me eventually. Like,
Yeah.
they're great albums,
Yeah.
The Saint Anger with the can still had a couple good songs on there. Though.
Right.
Some Kind of Monster was a great song, Mm-hmm. But
Did you watch their like little biography that they had on them a while back? It
a
was,
year and a half, or the Some Kind of Monster
Yeah,
biography.
yeah.
Oh, the duck. Yeah.
and they even brought it up. James was even saying it's like this. They were writing totally different, and they didn't think that their fans would follow. But that's what they were. I think that's what the producer wanted them to do. It's like, you got to go this direction. Trust me. I think it was like trying to get more females to listen to their work. I can't really remember how he put it, but he
With
was
Saint Anger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like he was really nervous. He did not want to put the album out.
Yeah.
Because he knew that his true fans were going to really go against him.
Right.
And go against the whole thing. And a lot of people did. A lot of people hated that album. You know,
That's kind of when I stopped paying attention to him.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, these,
and
fuck
I
these
didn't
guys.
think it was too bad. I mean,
Just the sound
Yeah.
to me, and the producing of it was horrible.
yeah.
But
exactly.
it had some good songs in there for
It did.
sure.
It
But
did.
then they brought it right back with Death Magnetic.
Right. Yeah.
Did you see the? Well, I think it was VH1 or where they did the tribute to him and all the other bands performed their songs.
Limp
And then,
Bizkit.
I
didn't
Limp
see
Bizkit
that.
did
Yeah,
the
and
Sanitarium.
Sanitarium.
Yeah. I thought that was badass.
It did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
And then my favorite was Korn doing one.
One.
They did such a fucking
did
cool
good.
job.
Yeah.
It is so fucking good.
Yeah, the Rage one I remember being real pumped about when he's like rage,
Yeah,
rage,
just
rage.
yeah.
Yeah, right. And his high pitched voice shit.
I know.
He had such a cool growl, but he'd always get up to that high
Yeah,
pitch.
yeah,
Yeah.
They just got
But
kicked in
Korn
the
did
nuts.
do badass for sure.
yeah. Korn did a fucking amazing job. I was like,
Yeah.
oh. They just really get into it, and he's all just slapping the bass. Yeah, man.
Yeah, when I first saw Korn, I remember thinking the bass player was cool as shit because he was like gangster looking.
Yeah.
Like, big like clothes.
Right.
Had that braided belt that like hung way down, you know.
Right.
And he'd play his bass sideways, you know, and he'd be just kind of like
Yes.
doing this, you know. He just had a cool look when they first started, but you know.
God, that was so that was the first band I really remember kind of getting into. My cousin got me into,
Yeah.
because he got the Follow the Leader album, and I was
Okay.
like, man, this is so fucking cool. And then that was the first band that was like a new band that I was really like exploring on my own.
Yeah.
Because my mom and dad always had a radio playing in the house growing up, but it was always oldies music.
Exactly.
Or 103.7.
My parents the same.
KVIL.
Right.
And it's
My
just
parents
like,
the same.
so I know every fucking oldie song ever.
And I like the oldies. You
Right.
know. That he got up. We were just talking about karaoke. He got up and sang
House of the Rising
"House of
Sun.
the Rising Sun" by the
yeah.
Animals.
Love that song.
Love that song. Absolutely love that
I
song.
love a lot of oldies music.
Yeah.
So
But like, you bring up a band that you just started following. They were a new band. That happened to me too. Metallica was at Ozfest in Wichita.
yeah.
And Ozfest is great. They have like I think this one had 3 stages, and there's never a dull moment. There's always bands going crazy. And this one band came up. It was about, I don't know, 3rd or 4th band. And they just get up and they just start rocking out. And I'm loving it. You know, they're playing a song called Dig, and I'm just going
Mudvayne?
crazy. And it's Mudvayne. And I'm just
Yes.
like, I fell in love with this group.
I know.
I love Mudvayne. To this day, I still love Mudvayne.
That song is amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
It's-
love that.
And
it's
they
a
had
great
such a
song.
unique look to them.
That
and
too.
that video was played all the fucking time
Yes.
on the TV.
Right.
Yes.
I told you that dude had bugles
Yeah.
on his face.
Yeah. Yeah. He brought that up. I was like, did you know there's bugles on his face? I'm
Really,
like,
really?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Just painted black. Yeah, buddy. But that was a great jam. For
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Mudvayne.
Their bass
they
player's
killed
pretty
it.
sick too.
Yeah.
He was really good.
Yeah.
Was he the devil looking guy?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he looked so fucking cool.
Right.
And then the next album he grew his hair. I was like, oh, he sucked. Now.
Ass.
I know. I was like, you were amazing. Because that's kind of unique just to do. Like, you should do that where you grow little horns out
Yeah.
of your hair. Dye 'em red.
Little stuff. Little stuff hair. I can't grow much.
Look awesome. Grow the Mickey Mouse ears.
Yeah.
Get a little perm on.
Maybe if I go in a coma for a year or something, then the
Oh,
hair
that'd be
will grow.
beautiful.
Yeah. I'll tell Mandy that.
Do they cut your hair if you're in a coma? Or does your hair not grow?
Surely it grows.
I'm sure it grows. I think it's probably whatever your wishes are. I'll just tell Mandy, hey, if I ever go in a coma,
Yeah,
cut
don't
my
fucking
hair.
cut any
Yeah.
hair on me.
Yeah, I want to see
Like-
what I look like with hair.
Trim my balls because I don't want to wake up to a forest.
Even let those go. Even let those go.
Let's
No.
just see how long we can.
Dude, that'd be
see.
awesome. Like, if I was in a coma for a year, that's a year's worth of growth. Like,
Right.
I'd look fucking cool.
Right.
Oh man, I want to be in a
wanna go
coma
in
now.
a coma?
No, yeah.
That's funny.
Any of you listeners out there can help me get
what
to
I
a
get
coma.
that off of is the movie Hard to Kill with Steven Seagal. You remember that?
Well,
You
I don't
remember that?
I don't think I've ever wanted to watch any of his movies.
Really?
Steven Seagal sucks.
He looks like a big lesbian that does karate.
Yeah, he does. That's
No,
perfect.
when you're up at 2:00 in the morning with your buddies, and that's what comes on because it's on Skinamax.
Skin him
Because
back.
everything that he's in, there's at least a couple naked chicks on that
Yeah.
in the show. But there's one movie called I'm pretty sure it's called Hard to Kill. Because he's got a shit ton that just mimic one another. He's a cop.
Yeah, they're all the same.
They're
Yeah.
exactly. They're all the same.
He's a cop and he's going
Yeah.
underground.
So this one here, he got put into a coma, and he was completely shaven when he went under the coma. And then, like a year later, when he comes out, or I think 4 years later, or however long it was, he's got a full beard and he looks like Jesus. I mean, you know,
Dude.
like Jesus is going to
Because
start
I don't
kicking
have the
some ass.
patience to grow everything like that. So if I went into a coma, I'd be like,
Yeah. Don't mess with it.
because the comeback is going to be real.
Let the coma go. Let it do it. Let
Yeah.
it do
the
its job.
hospital like that.
I know. I'll be walking out just, what's up, guys? Oh, excellent.
this,
All right.
nothing. No big deal.
I'd run everywhere just so my hair would flow in the wind.
Roll the windows down.
This is Jeep weather, babe.
I know you had one of your guests on too that talked about some band. They said, "You guys ever heard of Skindred? Did you guys ever end up listening to them or anything like that?"
Oh,
I think I did,
can't
and I
remember who it
remembered them.
was.
I think it was Chad.
Yeah, it was Chad. Yeah,
That
yeah.
was our
Chad.
first episode, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
Our official episode.
And I remember
Yeah.
thinking, like, dude, I loved me some Skindred.
Really?
It had this dude that was like had this Jamaican sound to him, you know, but would play this heavy, heavy music behind him.
right.
And anyways, I just got me thinking about that when talking about bands.
Because he did bring that up. We didn't.
You ought to check him
ever
out.
really-
Nobody
think I
Gets
looked-
Out Alive or something. That's a good song.
Like I didn't recognize the song, but I knew I'd like checked it out before.
Okay.
So, but
I was just curious.
it's a good old shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What y'all get anything cool for Christmas?
I got one of them little, I don't know what they're called, that hold whiskey. What are they
Decanter?
called? Decanter.
yeah, the decanter.
So it's a decanter, though, but it has a little dude that pisses it off. Press the button, get a shot.
Lovely.
Ashley got me that.
Nice.
that's
Actually
actually
got you
pretty
that.
perfect. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
All right.
Right. That was a cool gift.
Yeah.
Jenny got me and her tickets to go see Monday Night Raw.
Oh, really?
awesome.
January 30th up in Tulsa. So
That's awesome.
like, yes!
That's a great gift.
I know. I'm like, oh, you are the one.
You're it.
Yeah,
You're my soulmate.
I know. So we're gonna go up there just for like a couple days or so. And I mean, there's
Yeah.
not much you can do in Tulsa. So
Yeah.
get shot or to go to QT. So that's gonna be cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then like everything else is just like shit I needed. Like my mom got me a can opener
Right.
because my can opener sucked. And
Right.
then in the stocking, like she gave stuff like a thermometer. I'm like, well, I don't have one. So then she got me like a pack of toothpicks. I was like, I mean, I don't have any toothpicks ever.
Yeah.
So
That worked.
I was all excited for all these gifts. It's like, ooh, cool. I need a new toothbrush. And
As you get older, the necessities are cool gifts.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Right.
like, oh, sweet, a can opener. I need that.
I know.
You know?
Well, the one I had, like, it would work, but you had to leave the can sitting on the counter.
Wow.
You couldn't hold it up because it would fall off.
Right.
And then Jenny couldn't even do it. Like, she's left-handed. She's like, I can't get this to work. I was like,
fucking thing's
all right,
broke.
I know how to do it. So I got a new one. And then she's over here. She's like, do I get to do the honors of throwing the old one away? I was like, sure.
Do it.
So,
That's funny. So what the can opener you have now, does it from the top?
no, it's still a
Still a
side
side
one,
one?
but it's just a nicer one. It's a Farberware.
See those with the top though, where it
Yeah.
goes sideways, and then
Yeah.
you can take it off and like even put it back on.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of.
like it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
cut inside, it cuts
Oh,
underneath.
cuts underneath.
It's like weird.
That's
so
right. I've seen that.
they got some cool can openers, but
Yeah.
Can opener talk.
I know.
I like it.
This is can opener hour. Today we're talking about Hamilton Beach.
Actually, still has that old school. You stick it on there and sits there and runs around.
Yeah, the electric one.
Right.
Yeah.
The magnet doesn't hold the lid.
Oh,
it just
yeah,
falls
exactly.
right in.
It never
Yeah,
does.
or the one that's under the
Never.
counter. Just,
Yeah, buddy. That's
My grandma had that one under the counter, and then the other thing that would open up jars under the counter.
my mom just got one for
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah,
the
you
jar.
put it- yeah.
You just mount it and you slide the jar in and
and
twist.
twist.
right.
I'm like, come on, is it that hard to open up a jar?
That-
Some
and
of
then
these pickle jars, you
I
know.
know my grandma had the under the counter like clock radio.
Yeah.
and she would have her music on.
I remember
She'd always
those.
have it on like WBAP. And then she'd be in there telling
Soft
Rush
rock.
Limbaugh to shut up. And
Welcome to soft rock.
this is Rush Limbaugh. Blah blah blah.
Oh,
and then my
Rush
grandma would be like,
Limbaugh.
"Oh, shut up!" It's like, I don't think he can hear you, Grandma.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit, grandma.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about your
You're
opinion.
nothing to him.
Unless your opinion matches his opinion, he doesn't give a shit.
He's Rush Limbaugh.
And we got the new year coming up.
Yes.
2023.
Oh shit!
Crazy.
Yeah, this
Time
year,
flies.
2022 really flew by.
it feels like
sure.
yeah, every year just keeps going faster and faster. It feels like. I mean, obviously, when you got kids, that really makes a difference. But I've been hearing from everybody. I mean, Jared, you don't have kids, and you just said that 2022
Yeah.
just flew the fuck by.
it was like it was summer, and then all of a sudden it was like Thanksgiving and then
Yeah.
Christmas. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. It was nuts.
Yeah, it was. So much shit that happened.
Oh, there was a lot of stuff that happened this year. Yeah, for sure.
And then
Some of the stuff when I went back and looked at some things, I'm like, oh shit, that was this year.
I know. I'm like, look, I was looking at people that died. I left my fucking list in there, but
Oh,
I was looking at people that died, and I was like, oh shit, they died this year too.
yeah. I put a whole list of people that died.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, yeah, this is a lot of people.
I think
But-
what Queen Elizabeth's the big one, I guess.
Yeah, that's the biggest
main-
one.
yeah.
Obviously, Queen, the good old Queen has left us.
At the end of the day, do we really care? I mean,
It
got away
it
from
didn't
that
affect
country for
us
a reason.
as
Yeah.
the same as old English guys and stuff.
Because she ruled for how long? Like
70
70 years?
Yeah,
Good
Fuck.
chunk of time.
yeah.
That's nuts. But
Who
she's
knows?
better than fucking Biden.
And how?
I'd take a dead queen over Biden.
Well, didn't one of the kids get kicked out? Like they're disassociated now.
Yeah. Well, I think
The redhead one.
I think
with hair?
he kicked himself out. I think him and his wife, like, completely don't.
Kate Middleton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kate and
No.
whoever the hell he married.
No, Kate's the one with William. They're still part of the family.
Oh, they are still part of the
yeah,
family.
yeah.
Okay.
The redhead
The younger
one.
one.
younger one.
Harry.
Harry.
Him and his wife, Meghan Markle.
Fucking Harry.
Meghan Markle. That's who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, they've completely have.
I've heard that he may not even be their kid
Oh,
because he doesn't even look. He looks completely different.
he's the UPS driver, huh?
Maybe
Man,
so, or probably one of the bodyguards or something, or the royal guards. Excuse me,
Diane
what if you
was
fucked?
Diane was a pretty lady, for sure. And he wasn't even about her, though. He was into his ex. I forgot her name, but, meh.
yeah.
Compared to Diane.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
Diane was beautiful.
Diane was, yeah, she was gorgeous.
She's a fox.
Damn, paparazzis took her out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they say.
Well,
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
oh god. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
that's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big. We didn't
Yeah.
even we didn't even touch on that one on our
No.
conspiracy one.
There's so much shit with the royal family. Like,
yeah.
I've heard so much stuff, and I'm just like
Yeah,
all the pedophilia stuff or whatever
Yeah.
that is involved. I'm like, dude, like that family's fucked up.
yeah, exactly.
And that's one reason I heard that he disassociated himself with the family is because he wasn't about that, and then they were just like, "Well, get the fuck out of here."
Yeah,
While we play with these kids.
yeah. If you don't like playing with kids,
Yeah.
go away. I mean, that's a huge thing that's hit this year too. Is people have finally recognized and are looking at the sex trafficking shit that's going on, not just in the U.S. but in the world, but mainly here in the U.S. Finally,
Yeah.
of all the sex trafficking that's going on and all that shit. So it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal, and there's a lot of big players
Yeah.
A lot of big players. I mean, we can start. I mean, if we want this FBI to start listening to our podcast again, we can start listing off some names. But because during our conspiracy theory one, our ratings went up. We had a lot of listeners. Thank you, FBI, for partaking in that one.
How's it going, nerds?
We're listening to you again. You brought up the queen. But
Gone.
But yeah, the biggest thing that I wrote down that that hit home from this last year or from this year is just inflation.
Yeah.
That has hit everybody. I mean, the
Gas prices got pretty high this year, and then they're just like, all right.
And then the grocery store, I mean, gas prices are starting to slow down, and Biden wants to take full credit for that, dumb motherfucker. But grocery stores still hitting the pocket, everywhere. I mean, I think anybody who went out and bought presents this year for Christmas spent a good $200 to $300 more than they normally do on probably the same amount of shit that they typically buy. Yeah. So
I did a lot of my shopping on Amazon.
Yeah. And that helps.
I just sit on the couch like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mandy did the same.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where my kids were opening up gifts. I'm like, what the hell are they getting ready to open?
I know.
I don't know. What did you get her?
Getting rid of malls nowadays and things like that. They're kind of
Have you
obsolete.
been to Ridgemar Mall lately? Like, it's creepy. Like, there's nothing there.
Right.
It's just a big old empty mall.
Yeah.
There's like a jewelry store and the aquarium, and then like, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Like a Dillard's outlet.
Yeah.
It's fucking creepy.
There's
there.
a couple malls that are still going strong, like the Grapevine Mall, still pretty good, pretty big.
Northeast Mall seems to be
Northeast
decent.
Mall hasn't been too bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back home, we just went back home this last week in Wichita, Kansas, and they have two major malls. And one's called Town West, and the other one's called Town East. Really fucking... One's on the west side of town.
Really broke the budget there on naming them, huh?
Well, that's great. In Town West, we went to Town West our first day, or one of our first days there, and exactly what you're saying, total ghost town. Basically, people are using it as a walking facility.
Yeah.
It's a mall walker.
Yeah.
You just walk, you go in at 10 a.m., you stay away from the elements, and you outline the mall. I think somebody said it's like a 2 mile. If you outline the mall, you just walk 2 miles.
Damn.
Something like that. It's a big mall, but there ain't shit there anymore. I mean, ain't a fucking
Bunch of
thing.
airbrush T-shirt shops and cologne stores.
It's horrible. even their food court, one fucking thing is open in their food court.
What is
and
it?
I don't even know the name of it. It's really weird.
Orange Julius.
No, they're even shut down. The
I've
Orange
never
Julius
had Orange
Dairy
Julius.
Queen. You haven't?
No.
Oh, they're great when they're open.
Is it a drink or what is it?
It's like a slushy shake kind of thing, I guess.
I've never had it.
Yeah, it's not bad. And they combine with Dairy Queen in the mall for their mall purpose stuff. But yeah, the Town West one is completely shut down. So night and day, like when Mandy used to work in the mall.
Yeah.
And I would go visit her in the mall. I literally would sit outside her shop and just watch her because she'd wear these tight pants. And I just watch her ass.
Creep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And she worked in the movie store. So because people bought movies back then.
Yeah.
People don't buy movies
Like
anymore.
Suncoast or something.
It was Suncoast.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly the name of it. It was called Suncoast.
Yeah.
And she worked there. And that mall was always packed. So we go out to Town East, and they were packed. That Town East mall was still packed, full of people. Their food court was crazy. They had 6 or 7 things there, and everybody was there. But just night and day. And same thing here, the malls. Malls are going away quick.
It's just there's no. I mean, I don't want to go to a mall because anything I can get at the mall, I can typically order off the internet
And
with
have it the
probably
next
free
day.
shipping and have it next day.
Right.
And it's not like an emergency that I need something. Like
Right.
if I go to a physical store, that's just like I absolutely need that right then and now.
Right.
If I'm, if it's something I can wait a day or so, I can most of the shit on Amazon, like order it and it's there in the morning on your porch. So
Yeah.
Right.
It's very quick.
yeah, fucking creepy and like how quick and everything, like how spoiled we're getting from Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like have a truck circling the neighborhood now and just like knocking on doors, like, you need any cables or like, extension cords or anything.
I know they should start playing music like the
have
ice
like
cream
tool
truck or
trucks
something.
almost. I know.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be awesome.
I'll take this and
The Amazon truck's here.
Like
What
an
are
ice
these?
cream truck, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Oh, that'd be
then you get
beautiful.
kidnapped and
Right.
Yeah.
not to bring it.
All these fat guys are running after it. Where I got money?
I can pretty much guarantee they're drug dealers and don't know it.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. For sure.
Must be nice.
What's happened to you guys that this past year that, what's a couple things that have happened, good or bad? Anything major?
Oh man. I don't know, really.
Yeah.
I started this podcast actually.
I put
Got
that
this
down as
going
one of-
and
Got the podcast started.
met Jenny, got going with her.
Jenny.
Started kind of really taking work more serious, I guess, up there. Just kind of
That's
really
true. Yeah, you moved
getting
booths.
more into the
Got a bigger booth.
business and everything. Yeah. Got a booth and then moved into a bigger booth and
Mm-hmm.
everything. So
And you guys are making a killing still, aren't you? Weekly? I mean,
doing pretty good. I mean, yeah, especially around Christmas time. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we sold a bunch of shit up there. So I was like, that fucking sold. like, well, sorry for that guy. So, but yeah, it's been pretty good up there, and I just get like pretty good deals. Like I got those big wooden crates of records. I got 5 of those.
Oh, yeah.
That were all about half to 3/4 full for $50, and I condensed it down. It was basically 2 of the crates that were full, and then one was a little over half full. And I put, $6 or 2 for 10 on them.
Yeah.
I've made like $300 off of it so far. I'm just
yeah.
like, I made $50 and, and a lot of it was a lot of old stuff, like older, compilation albums of like oldies and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Some old like Christmas albums and everything, like show tunes, kind of stuff like that. And I was just like, fuck, I don't care. I was
Yeah.
like,
Especially
I looked
this-
at it and I was just like, the dude, I was at a yard sale actually the next door, and I got some albums, and then I was walking back to my Jeep, and he pulled up, and he's like, "Hey man," it's like, those records. I was like, "Yeah," and I was like, thinking, oh, they got records up there. I was like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Well, I got some in my house. If you want to take a look." I was like, "Sure." And he brought one out, and I was just like, "There's nothing in here I like." And he goes, "Man, to be honest, man, I just want to get rid of them." He's like, "I just need them out of my living room." He's like, "Give me $50 and they're yours." And I was like, yeah, I went and looked, and I was like, "There's 5 crates." Those I was stacked up. I was like,
Holy shit.
"All right." I was like, "Fuck it, cool."
Yeah. So
I was
basically,
like, I could
$10
sell
a crate.
Yeah, I was like, literally the wooden crate. People will buy those. Like,
Yeah.
if I put $10 a piece on that, I can make my money back. So
Yeah.
I was like, anything else is just
It has
going
some
to
good
be.
albums in it.
Is that the one that had Thriller?
No, I bought that one separate.
Okay.
I mean, there was a few. There was a sealed Top Gun soundtrack in
Whoa,
there,
nice.
like the original one. I was like, oh, dude, that's
It
fucking
was
cool.
still sealed.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I pulled that out and put like $20 on it, or something. I was just like, it's not worth a ton, but I mean, still, that's pretty fucking cool.
Right.
And then all the albums I pulled out that we looked at, that were like perfect condition. So
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is awesome. But that was probably the coolest one, the sealed Top Gun. There's like stuff like Cher and the Monkees and
Yeah. Hey, we're the monkey.
yeah. So I mean, but still, it was a pretty good deal. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, that's
Have you ever been to an estate sale, Johnny?
Never.
No?
Not a day in my life. I'd like to though.
Yeah.
they're fun.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
They're cool,
yeah.
Mine.
especially if you get the right one. I guess people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because, there's a website I used, estatesales.net. And so basically, like, a lot of them start on Thursday, actually. So I would look on Wednesday when I go to work, and then I'd kind of check it out. But if they post on that site, I can go through and it'll tell me where it's going to be at. It'll show pictures of everything
Okay.
they have.
Right.
Whatever. So I can literally go up to top and search like comic books. It'll show me any sales that have comic books listed in their, description.
Right.
So you can look at pictures and see, because that's what I do is look through all these pictures and it's like, this one doesn't have shit I want.
Yeah.
And then some, it's like, oh my God, this is a fucking gold mine. So, because one of them we went to, and I just saw a room that had just Star Wars everything in there. I was like, dude, I told Alex, my friend, I was like, we got to go to this sale. And he's like, all right. He's like, just that one. And I was like, all right. And we get there, and we were one of the the line that was waiting outside was just going in, and we got up there and then went in after him. We went up to that room and found it. There's a stack of comic books sitting there, and Alex is just like, dude, these are $1 a piece. He's like, we're fucking buying them all.
Exactly.
I was like, okay. And it was like $107.
Right.
And then just one of those comic books from that stack we sold for like $78 on eBay.
Exactly.
I was like, dude.
Especially Star
there was
Wars.
some old shit in there.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
Yeah. Comic books, they're hitting the market really good this year.
So we sold quite a few on eBay, and then we put the rest of them, we just put $4 a piece on them at the antique mall. And we've sold, I've only got like maybe 15 to 20 left.
Oh, wow.
We had over 100.
Oh, shit.
So we've sold quite a few.
As far as comic books, my claim to fame, I have 2 of the first Beavis and Butthead comics.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
No way.
Yeah.
I've got those stored away somewhere, not even sure where they're at, but I know I've got some. And I think I have like Bartman #1 from The Simpsons or something.
The
like
Simpsons.
I saw that
Yeah.
somewhere the other day. And I
That
was
one's
like,
going. That one's going pretty high right now.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
Sweet, I've got that
Yeah, you
one,
probably
too.
got some good money in a couple of those.
Yeah. Just all depends on condition.
Yeah, condition and who your buyer is. I mean, if you get the couple people in that genre in the same room and do like an auction thing on it, that thing's gonna go skyrocket.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
You could be a
nuts.
millionaire.
It's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Sometimes it's my only hobby that I have is collecting comics. It's something that I've always done.
Oh, yeah?
And some years I'm like really nonchalant about it. Other years I'm really big on it. This was a year that I was kind of big on it, just because the comic books that have been out there are they're cheap. You know,
Yeah.
and it's the time to buy. It's kind of
Yeah.
like buying a house. You know, there's some times where it's good to buy, and there's times where it's good to be the seller.
Yeah.
And this was just a good time to buy when it comes
Now
to
that
comics.
they're they have so many superhero movies.
Oh, yeah.
You never know which one's going to be the next one that they're going to
Right.
put in a movie.
Right.
And then you got them diving in all these multiverses and everything now. So it's
Yeah.
like literally they can go anywhere. So any of these comic book characters are fair game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Who
for
knows?
example, Wolverine number 154 and 155. It's the cover with Deadpool on it. It's the first time that Deadpool and Wolverine fought, and those are typically in the dollar bins or $2 bins. You know, but right now since they mentioned that Deadpool 3 is coming out and he's going to get
With Wolverine in there.
Wolverine in there again. Those books are now going for like $150, $200.
Yeah.
I mean, so it just depends. You're exactly right. It depends on what the hell's going on out there. Right. For some, you know, there's obviously the ones like Superman and Spider-Man that no matter what the fuck's going on, they're going to be high. But, you know, for Silver Surfer or Ghost Riders or Wolverines or Deadpool specifically, if something's going on movie-wise or whatever, it just takes their
Especially,
shit.
Yeah, because you get that first issue or the first appearance, and they just put the movie out. Everyone's going to start looking for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we got one that was the first team up of Hulk and She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dude. And
then the
that
She-Hulk
one
thing came out.
Yeah, that's all we were just like, oh. I was like, that's perfect.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, estate sales are fun. Like, they're kind of hit or miss sometimes, but you don't know prices pretty much till you get there.
Yeah.
But you can kind of know there's certain companies that put them on, and once you realize which company is which, you can kind of guess the prices because they're, you know, some are pretty reasonable, some are, you know, high priced and everything. Yeah. So
And this is people that are just selling stuff all out of their house. Like
it's basically so like if someone dies and they just need to get rid of all their stuff, or sometimes it's just they're moving and they have a lot of shit and they just need to get rid of it or whatever. So they hire a company basically to come in there, price everything for them and organize in the house, and then they have, you know, 2 or 3 day sale. And some of those are fucking aggressive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My mom was huge on garage sales. Like every Saturday and Friday, if we could, we were out shopping the garage sales.
That was
the earlier the better.
That was my childhood too. It's like I'd wake up and my dad be in there drinking coffee, like highlighting the newspaper and all these, and he'd get the maps go out and looking and everything. And then he's like, all right, get your shit. He's like, all right, Dad.
We're on our mission.
Yeah. And we'd go yard selling all day. And we'd find some cool stuff. He'd buy us toys every once in a while.
Yeah.
My mom called me one time on a Saturday or something. I didn't go with her. It was a little later. And she says there's a BC Rich guitar, which is like one that a band called Cold Chamber. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yes.
Okay.
I love.
He played that guitar. It's like a see-through BC Rich, like lime green looking.
Yeah.
Anyways, cool guitar. So, I think brand new, it's about $500, $400-500, but it's not super expensive, but really nice. She found it at a garage sale for like $75.
Shit.
And I was like, please go get it. And she had just left. Please go get it.
Go
please.
back.
She went back and it already sold.
Damn.
Within like 10 minutes. I was
Mom,
like, "Man."
That's the thing.
You're not
Like,
getting your Mother's Day present.
you have to plan. It's like a fucking heist when you're looking at those, because if you see something you really want, you got to be there
Right.
fucking right away.
Right.
It pissed me off because we went to this one sale in, I think, Burleson, and it didn't show any of them, but it said vintage comic books.
Okay.
We're like, all right, cool. So we get there about 30 minutes before the open, and there's already like 6 people in line. So we were number 7 and 8. And we were kind of listening to some of the people talking, and we heard one of the guys talking about the comic books. So like, all right, he's here for that. And the lady in front of us, she was here for fucking stupid dresses or whatever and everything. And then, so the sale's supposed to start at 9. And we're standing there, and then about 8:55, the lady comes out. Hey, guy, it's going to be a little late on opening, blah, blah, blah. We're still trying to finish it up. And it's like, we're here for this. This is basically your store that you have set up.
Right.
I mean, Target doesn't poke their head out. Hey, we're still putting up the order from last night. It's going to be about 30 minutes.
Right.
And then they're sitting there, and then this guy comes out, and he goes, oh, I'm going to go move the vans. And he goes, oh, there's a lot of people out here. It's like, no shit, you old fucking fart. Like, motherfucker, you advertise a sale
9 o'clock.
starting at 9, and now it's 9:20, and you're surprised that 40 fucking people are standing in your goddamn driveway.
Exactly.
I was like, dude, and then we'll let 10 in now. And luckily we were, so I didn't give a shit. We were like 7 and 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
So we get in there, and then you look at the comic books, and then they have these big ass bins. There's fucking peckerheads sitting there, and it's like, oh, the bins are $100. You can't look through them. And then there's some packs in there, and they had it pre-sorted already in bags. The big ones are 30, and the small ones are 10. And we're like,
fuck?
no. And then we started digging through he's like, well, they really wanted to sell it all. I was like, okay. And we're like, well, how much for these? Well, they really want to sell it all together. They really want $100 for. Okay, well, how much for these? And it's like,
I don't want the.
it's like, I don't want all
thing.
that shit.
Yeah,
So we found a few. I mean, we paid about $1 a comic, so we got about
Yeah.
30 of them. But
and that's usually what they put on.
but
them,
I
about
was
$1.
pissed. I was like, and they weren't even like vintage comics. They were
Right.
literally like 90s comics.
Right.
So it was barely vintage. So
Yeah.
it's like, no, these aren't what we consider vintage. Like,
Yeah.
we're hoping for some,
Fucking false
60s and
advertisement.
70s shit. So.
Exactly. Some Silver Age and shit.
Yeah. So we were kind of irritated, but
Yeah.
whatever. Fuck it.
I got Ashley pregnant this year.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, buddy.
girl
Brown
did.
chicken. Bow, bow.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good
And
times.
you guys are due. What'd you do?
February.
February.
Late February. So 20s or so.
Yep. So when's the marriage happening?
I mean,
First comes baby, and then comes marriage.
then comes me.
Yeah. On your face.
Okay, Batman. Hold still, Catwoman.
Don't bet you.
So, anything else other than impregnation?
That was my
Nothing
highlight.
major?
For
Yeah.
Sure.
Claim to fame this year.
Yeah.
I'm still
15
trying to-
seconds.
Still trying to come to grasps
Yeah.
with it,
I think the biggest thing this year for me was Casey graduating from college. She graduated in May from WSU. That was cool. So she's my middle child. So that was really cool. Obviously the podcast, I put that down. What else did I put down? I put down a couple things. This is kind of crazy, but son and daughter moving out of the house.
Hell yeah.
It's also, it's
Like-
a cool moment, but it's also a proud moment. I mean,
Casey, I figured, but Jordan, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever going to move out.
yeah, he's like, he's got it made here.
Yeah.
You
How
know?
old is he?
He's 24
Okay.
now.
Yeah,
So
that's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, him and a couple buddies from work found a 5-bedroom house. It's 4 of them, so they got an extra room, and it's an awesome house. It's just kind of south of Benbrook, and yeah, they're doing great. And they all 4 work for Quick Trip, and that's a great company to work for with the money that they're bringing in. And then my daughter moved just 5 minutes in front of them. She's in Benbrook or close to Benbrook. But she's in an apartment all by herself. So yeah, my 2 oldest ones have moved out and are venturing on. So kind of a proud moment of like, hey, they're adulting,
Right. Right.
But we also are getting that much closer to being empty nesters because Amanda graduates this May, and she's already got her college picked out. She's going to go to Sam Houston. And so when she moves out to go to Sam Houston, because she has to spend her first year in the dorms. It's a must. So her first year, she has to be in the dorms. And so she's going to be out for at least a year going to that college, if not the whole 4 years or 5 years that she's going to be there, because she's actually going to study. She's going to major in forensic science. She wants to be a forensic scientist.
That's super cool.
Oh, yeah.
Briley's really into that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Loves that stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's right up her alley.
That's
She
cool.
loves doing that stuff. We've always watched those type of shows
Forensic
growing
Files
up.
was my jam
Oh,
for
yeah.
a long time.
Oh, yeah. We still
Loved
watch it.
I
Yeah.
feel like I could get away with some crazy shit
I-
just
yeah.
watching that show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of times where they have to say, they can't say the drug that was used in the
Right.
issue because they don't want people to start using it.
Yeah.
So like,
Right.
they just used a drug. We're not going to mention it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
fuck.
Go to bed.
Google.
Clean your room.
Right. Like that, because there's one episode where a nurse got a hold of some drugs and took it home and injected her husband and killed him in his sleep. And so I looked to my wife because she's in the medical
Oh,
field.
shit.
I'm like, do you know about this drug? She goes, yeah. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
you gonna use it? Is there anything I need to know? I mean,
Yeah.
can I do better in any area
Right.
that I don't wake up dead?
That would suck.
Right?
Oh yeah, that would suck.
I mean, you just go to sleep and little prick in the neck and
I mean, it
your
wouldn't be
maker.
bad, but it just sucks. Like thinking, like, oh shit, well tomorrow I'll do this. It's gonna be a good day, and then you just die.
yeah,
you're just not there anymore.
yeah. It's over.
What the fuck, man?
You walk up to Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
I had so many plans.
Yeah, I had to
What
mow the
happened?
fucking yard.
Who's gonna mow it now?
Yeah.
Just send me
Who,
back.
Jordan, he's not going to do a good job.
He doesn't stay in the lines.
Mohawks.
You see this coloring? God.
And then also, I think a huge achievement was Mandy feeling better. Ever since Mandy was diagnosed with thyroid cancer when we first moved here in 2016. And ever since, it's just been up and down, up and down. Anybody knows anybody that's had thyroid cancer, it may not be a huge cancer, to overcome, but there's so many other little things to overcome. And the biggest thing is just the fluctuation of medicine to replicate your damn thyroid, because now she doesn't have a damn thyroid anymore. And the thyroid does a lot. It keeps your energy up. Or if you don't have enough, it brings your energy down to where you don't want to do shit. And so now she's got to take medicine for the rest of her life because these doctors can't figure out cancer of any sort. No cancer is ever beatable.
Yeah.
Now, yes, Mandy beat thyroid cancer, but did she? I mean, she's going to be on medicine for the rest of her fucking life. So did she really beat it? No. They didn't cure her.
Right.
She just now has to pay these huge fucking bills for medicine. Right. But this year has been a hell of a year. And I hate to say it, she got on her own insurance because the company I work for's insurance hasn't been the best anymore. And so she got on her own insurance to where she could see her own doctor and an actual doctor. And this doctor has really helped her out. And she really loves the doctor, all that stuff. So she has gotten so much better.
Yeah.
The only thing that she's been struggling with still is headaches, but I blame the COVID shot for that. She had to get the immunization shot. She had to in the medical field.
Okay.
They made it mandatory. And so when she got that, she started getting headaches. And my wife has never gotten headaches. Like, I suffer from migraines.
Yeah.
And she would always take care of me when I would have a migraine. Now I'm taking care of her because she's getting these damn fucking headaches. They're not migraines, but they can get pretty fucking close.
Right.
And it just sucks. You know, she's never, I mean, we've been married for 24 years and she's never had major headaches like this. Like,
Yeah.
maybe one a year, you know, but now she's getting like one a month or two a month.
Have you tried that CIA hack for your body?
Oh, yeah. What you were talking about?
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet. No.
It works sometimes. Like, if it's a real big headache, like, it's kind of doesn't
probably
work. But if
won't.
it's like one of the little small little like lightning storm headaches or whatever, like if you just sit there and focus on that headache and just keep repeating 55515, like keep repeating it over and over,
Right.
you'll feel it starting to go away.
Okay.
It's fucking crazy.
I forgot the number. I knew it had
Yeah.
some fives in it. So 55515.
Yeah.
55515.
And
Okay.
it's any kind of pain.
Have you ever
it
heard
said.
this?
Never.
No?
Yeah.
Well, you said it on one of the podcasts.
Yeah,
that I
right.
just-
It's any kind of pain or something like that, but it's some CIA body hack. There's certain series of numbers. If you repeat them, then stuff will happen. And this is like the one. And I tried it because I had a headache, and I literally felt it just like starting to move out. I was like, "What? 5515."
like 666. Oh, it's creeping back. in.
No, it's coming back.
Evil.
Yeah. No, the shit I learned on TikTok. So
That's funny.
Right.
I never heard that. And Mandy's super pretty, really nice girl.
Yeah.
I just met
Thank
her for
you.
the first time the other night.
Yeah.
So if you have any pictures of her in those jeans you were talking about, you know,
I don't think my camera goes back that far. Could you imagine us with the technology that we have
Oh,
today
no
back
kidding.
in the day?
I'd be
my God.
in a lot of
Imagine what-
trouble.
oh, yeah.
For sure.
You with the videos and all the stuff that you guys did.
I would have
The
recorded
shit that I
everything.
know you probably fucking did.
For sure. I've done some crazy shit.
Yeah. I'd be sitting across from, just take it, snap up, look at that ass.
Yeah.
It'd just be ass shots the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She start, can I see your phone? Yeah, sure.
Right.
Look, why are all these, you only have pictures of my ass. Huh?
Yeah.
You keep
Part of-
bending,
that's
you
the
keep
part
bending
I
down.
like.
Yeah.
What's real to me? Yeah.
Yeah, you keep bending down and stocking those shelves. I mean, what else am I going to take a picture
Right.
of?
This hole shuts up every once in a while.
Yeah, I'd be in a lot of trouble if we had this
Oh.
technology back then, for sure.
It's crazy. And I think that's why it wasn't available back
Right.
then, because they knew what type of people we
Yeah.
were back then.
They're slowly letting it out. It's like, all right, now you get virtual reality. Now you get
Yeah,
this. Yeah,
this generation can handle this. Yeah, that'll be all right.
Right.
Go ahead-
they're
go ahead and sit
stupid
down.
enough. They'll.
It's funny.
What else this year? Anything personally wise?
Personally, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
A lot of hanging out, playing Nintendo.
Nintendo. Really?
No, have you seen that movie Basketball?
Oh, yes. Yes.
It was like,
Okay.
we're just hanging out, playing
Yeah, just-
Nintendo. Okay. Yeah, it's a great movie. Great movie.
As far as deaths, anybody
Dude.
that you can remember that you remember that was like kind of hit home?
Jason David Frank,
Yeah.
the Green Ranger.
Yeah. I had him down
yeah,
here.
I forgot about that. That just happened too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty big, man. I loved the Green Ranger first and became the White Ranger. Yeah. That was huge in my
That
childhood.
was a huge one.
I was
Yeah.
right on the brink though. Like I felt
Right.
like I was on the brink of being too old to watch Power Rangers when that first series came out. But I loved it. I loved it. Especially, you know, Green Ranger comes out with his, you know, that do 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 do. Brought out that Dragon Sword and all that, dude. I
Right.
was pumped as a kid.
Right.
But I'd tell my friends like, no, don't watch that.
Oh, yeah. I don't.
Nah, of course not.
Now, my stepbrothers were big into it. They were really big into Power Rangers. I was a little standoffish on it just because I grew up with Voltron.
Okay.
And I thought that Power Rangers was, for some reason, I thought they were trying to make fun of Voltron.
Oh, okay.
They weren't, but for some reason in my head, I was just like, man, these fuckers are making fun of Voltron. But then as soon as I started watching it more with them and the years went on, I was like, okay, I get it. It's their own thing. They're not making fun of them.
Right.
I get it now. And so I started watching it with them, but I was in the same thought process of you later. It was like, I think I'm too old to watch this.
Right.
I probably shouldn't. If my friends found out I was watching this, I'll be.
I love
Cremated.
Power Rangers.
Right.
Right.
I was like all about that shit.
Oh yeah.
The first series, right? Or did you get into the
No.
Zeos and all that?
No,
jazz?
once pretty much whenever Mighty Morphin, like I only remember like the last little bit. Like I'm watching some of the old seasons and everything every once in a while.
Right.
And now I'm just like I don't even remember like a lot of the episodes later on. Once the original Rangers left and like the Red Ranger and shut up, Murray.
You're okay.
The Red Ranger, the Pink Ranger, and the or the Red Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, and the Black Ranger. Sorry.
Right.
Once they left, like I just didn't like it anymore because I didn't like Rocky as the Red Ranger. Like I was more of a
Right.
shut up, Murray.
And your favorite Ranger was the Green Ranger,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was your favorite. Yeah.
My favorite for sure.
Yeah.
he was just he wasn't in it that long, but like it just I love that mask. Like it's
Yeah.
just so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then he had the dragon dagger, and he was the first new Ranger actually ever.
And he was a bad guy at first.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
it's
that's
just-
right.
and then
He was
came-
the best.
Awesome,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the Power Rangers, but it was like his costume was slightly altered, and he had the shield and everything.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
Guy's so
Yeah.
cool.
he got a shield,
Yeah, just that padding. It was like just a pad over. the
Yeah.
shield. Yeah.
Okay.
and it would change from like this hard like shell one
Yeah.
to like some action sequences. It'd be soft padded foam one. You could definitely tell.
What was that little dude? Oh no, Ranger.
Rangers,
Yeah.
Alpha 5.
Alpha 5, yeah.
Sorry that there's a disturbance in Niagara Grove Park. Alpha.
Oh, that's some good shit, man. Good times.
Call up the Rangers and tell them to go to Niagara Grove Park.
The Yellow Ranger, the Asian girl, whatever, used to live by my grandma's apparently in East Texas.
Really?
And then my grandma knew her family and was talking to him all that, and that's how I found out she passed away. Like she was in a car wreck. Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they were talking to her and saying, were you a fan of the Power Rangers? Telling me that she passed away. And I was like, I didn't know all that, but she knew her family and stuff like that.
Wow.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, small world.
No joke.
The so my second grade teacher, Mrs. Turner, the people that lived behind her, the daughter played Lucy on the TV show Barney.
Yeah, Gloria. Miss
Yeah.
Gloria was my fourth grade teacher, and that was her daughter.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah.
Chris
Oh,
Gloria
my
went to
God.
school with me, and he was in a few plays.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was Leah.
So
yeah.
so my teacher lived on the front of her, and I was like, oh my god! And then we had a pool party at her house, and I was all like, oh, is she over there?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look hot.
Right.
Was she there?
No,
Oh, she wasn't there? Yeah.
Fuck.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna meet Barney.
yeah, her mom was my fourth grade teacher at Park
so
Hill
fucking
Elementary.
crazy.
Wow.
Miss Gloria, yeah. Talking about that. And her son Chris went to school with me, but he was in like little commercials and things like that.
Oh, really?
Nothing big like Barney, But
Yeah.
Who's
was
the most
cool.
famous person you've met?
I've met a lot of famous people.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite? that you
Yeah.
met?
And then I've only met Freddy Krueger's just been an icon of mine since I was a kid. Love me some
Robert
Freddy
Englund?
Krueger. Robert Englund, yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to meet him, I think it was like 3 years ago. So, but there's a thing that comes every year called Texas Frightmare Weekend. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Yeah.
But it brings in all these kind of horror movie people that
Yeah.
will do signings and
Kind of
things
like a Comic-Con
that.
kind of
Kinda like
thing
a
for.
Comic-Con
I need to go to
horror
this.
movies. Yeah.
You need to let me know when this is.
All right, we're doing it.
Thank you. Holy shit. I have not heard of this.
But Freddy Krueger was there. I got to meet him. I got to meet what's her name from The Exorcist, Linda Blair.
the
yeah.
girl, yeah, Linda Blair.
And I got to meet Sid Haig before he passed away. Luckily, the clown from House of a Thousand
yeah.
Corpses.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's.
I got
awesome.
to meet Danny Trejo. This last one, little short Hispanic dude.
Yeah.
Machete.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I got
Yeah,
to meet
Dan-
him.
Yeah, he's only like 5'6"
Yeah,
or
super short.
5'4" or something
I
like
was standing
that.
next to him. They're like, really?
Yeah.
Did you ever see Blood In, Blood Out? That is one of my
Yes.
favorite movies ever.
Yes.
I haven't.
Have you not? You've
No.
got to watch
Watch
it because
that
there's
movie.
so
I don't
many
want to.
quotes in it.
Oh, it's awesome.
Dude, there's so many quotes in it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
That dude's fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like that dude was like a gangster kind
he
of
was
guy.
hardcore.
He's been
Back
through a
in the
whole
day.
Like,
bunch of shit.
yeah.
I'm sure he's been through a whole bunch of shit. His body just screams that he's been through a whole bunch
Yeah.
of shit.
for sure. but I liked him for sure. But anyways, I got to meet. So most famous, I'd say. What was really cool was I got to meet the guy from Teen Wolf, the dad. I forgot his name.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
remember,
yeah.
but he was an older dude. Remember Michael J. Fox opened the door and seen him as the wolf,
As the wolf?
and how clean his hair was.
Yeah.
So that always tripped me out.
Yeah.
From Teen Wolf?
Teen
Yeah,
Wolf,
Teen Wolf,
The
Michael
dad.
J. Fox.
I can't
he's-
remember his name.
He was in a lot of stuff,
He
kind of
was.
as a dad.
Right.
He was in it.
Alan
He's-
Rickman.
No,
Wait. Oh, that's the stupid fucking series on MTV.
Oh yeah, don't. Yeah.
I got to
I need
see-
the Michael J.
He
Fox
was at
shit.
that Texas Frightmare weekend thing, and I got to
Really?
sit there and just BS with him because nobody was at his table.
What's
like
the
nobody
dad's
was talking
name?
to this dude.
Harold? James Hampton?
Yeah,
James
yeah,
Hampton.
James Hampton.
Oh, he
Know
died.
him?
I didn't know he died,
He passed away
He
No
died
kidding.
April
in
7th, 2021.
2021. What the fuck?
but it was super cool to meet him. And dude, he
Yeah.
was standing there by himself, nobody talking to him. And I was kind of thinking, like, dude, this is
no
Teen Wolf
shit.
Dad.
Yeah.
Like, why is nobody into this? So
Yeah.
I sat there and just BS with the guy, him and Angus something, the guy that was on. So Phantasm. Did you ever watch Phantasm back in the day?
Very little.
He threw that ball at people's head, like,
Yeah.
and pretty much bled them out. From, he was the mortuary guy,
Right.
Whatever, Angus something. Anyways, I got to talk to him for a while too.
Damn.
And he was just BSing with me, saying like, "What is it you do?" And,
Yeah.
dude. There's these people waiting in line to talk to him, and he's just going nuts with it. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
I love that type
Super
of shit.
cool.
Yeah.
Robert England was a dick though.
Really?
He just was. Like, you could tell he was not into signing. He didn't want nothing to do with us. He'd grab it and kind of like, all right.
I
thank
hate
you.
that shit.
And then he'd be pissed off talking to whoever back here. And like,
Right.
Linda Blair was the same way.
Damn.
I think
Holy fuck.
3-4 years ago, I was in Seattle and I was at the Space Needle. Iconic Space Needle. I'm thinking, let me go visit it and see what I can find. So I'm looking for little gifts and things like that. There's somebody standing right across from me. I look up, it's freaking Dave Grohl from
What?
Nirvana,
Foo Fighters?
Foo Fighters.
Holy
Holy
shit.
shit.
Looking at the same gifts that I'm
Oh,
looking at.
I love that fucker.
So I look up and I'm like, no,
No
this is
way.
not Dave Grohl. So I walk away and I go tell who I was with, like, hey, is that who?
Yeah.
And here's she's like, oh yeah, that's Dave.
you got to
Grohl.
get confirmation before.
Oh my
yeah.
So
God.
I go up to him and I'm like, are you who I think you are?
Right.
And he's like, well, that depends on who you think I am.
That's so Dave.
Right. I was
so
like, oh,
Dave.
typical Dave. But he was super
can see
cool.
Dave saying
Davisms, I call them.
And I was like,
That's
Dave
awesome.
Grohl. So I walk outside, and of course now I'm creeping because I want either a picture or an autograph.
Right.
So I kind of hanging out like I'm on the phone, like I wasn't. I was just waiting for him to leave.
Right.
When he walks outside, he gets on the phone. He starts talking to somebody, and eventually he puts his phone down. I'm like, kind of walk up, but he was super cool. Like he
Really?
came right up to me. Like,
Nobody
"What's
else
going on,
noticed
man?"
him.
No.
There wasn't a whole bunch of people
You
around
can
him.
tell. I think the valet people, like that were getting his car, I guess
Right.
they could. We're talking to him, so I don't know
Right.
if they noticed it was him or not. But
Right.
he was like, "Yeah, man, come take a picture with me," and we took a picture together.
Nice.
It was
So
the coolest
fucking
one.
cool.
So that's like my most claim to fame on that.
Okay.
one.
And he
I
was
met
a cool
Cliff
dude.
from IHOP too. Remember Cliff here
Yeah.
from IHOP with
Yeah,
the
oh,
glasses?
God.
Yeah.
Rudy Tooty Fresh and Pretty.
That fucking nerd.
Yeah, I was pumped as shit to meet him though.
Did you just meet him out just
I
out
was
and
just out
about?
and
Or
about. Yeah,
what
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck?
Yeah,
Man.
that was the one that was just out in the open. But yeah,
So who was your favorite then? Or do you have a favorite?
as far
Dave
as who I
Grohl?
met, Dave
Yeah.
Grohl for sure.
Dave
Oh,
Grohl.
fuck
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
That'd be
That's
the
awesome.
coolest one. Like he's like right under Eminem. Like if I met him, I'd just be like, oh,
Yeah, it's like, what do I say? Hi.
Right. I didn't know what to say.
Right.
Right. In hindsight, I wish I'd have been like, "Hey, let's go grab a drink
No
or
shit.
something." Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
And like a week later, he was in like this huge awards, getting all kinds of accolades for I forgot what it was.
Right.
And there's also have the
just
MP.
being Dave.
Right. They have the MP
So Dave.
EMP museum, I think that's right next to the Space Needle, and there's a whole aisle dedicated to Nirvana stuff. Because
Okay.
they're from Seattle,
Yeah. Yeah. Huh?
So yeah, definitely my claim to fame on that one for sure.
Badass.
Claim to meeting somebody cool.
Yeah. I have not met that many famous people. My favorite one was Barry Sanders. I worked at a Quick Trip in Wichita. Barry Sanders is from Wichita. And I worked at a Quick Trip that was right down by his house. I'm not going to say where. And he just came in as a regular customer. He actually wore like regular clothes. He didn't go all snazzy. He didn't drive in to the lot in a Lamborghini. You know, he just drove into the lot in a regular beat up old truck. And even customers would come in. It's like, hey, that guy over there by the fountain, I think that's Barry Sanders. And I'll look. I'm like, nah, he's too small. That's not Barry.
Yeah.
And then Barry would come up, and I'm like, hey, you're Barry, right? He goes, yeah. And I got him to sign a receipt for me, and I gave it to my best friend because he's a huge Barry Sanders fan. So I gave it to him. But like every other week, I would see this guy, you know, and
Dude, that's so cool.
And he'd come up, and you know, I was out on the floor one time, and he's shorter than me, but the fucker is like his one leg is my width.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the fucker's huge from the waist down. And I could just understand that nobody could tackle this fucker. His legs were just massive.
Yeah.
But he,
Tree stumps.
yeah. And then, yeah.
Hung like a horse.
You know that's a tripod.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure.
Oh, for sure. Tripod. Just, but no, he actually talked to me when I was out on the floor one time. It's just like, hey, I really appreciate you not having all these people gang up on me and, you know, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I just thought that was cool that he would say that.
That's neat.
And the other cool guy that I met for a split second was Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars.
Really?
And I met him for like a brief second, talked, cool guy, but I could kind of also tell that he wasn't really into where he was at and what he was doing, but it's like, okay. But it was still cool to meet him for a little bit. So, and then my favorite though of all time was Todd McFarlane, meeting Todd McFarlane, the artist, Spawn, Spawn, Spider-Man.
That's pretty cool.
Meeting him, just, you know, shooting the shit, kind of like what, you know, you were talking about with these the horror movie people that would come up. That's what happened at these Comic Cons, you know, that these guys would just sit around and sign autographs and stuff, and he just talked to you and just be down to earth and so cool. I mean, he is probably my favorite artist of all time.
Yeah,
just what he does. So
awesome.
What about you?
You have a famous person?
Jared?
Well, what was it? 2 weeks ago, I got to meet old Steve-O. So
Yes, that's right.
oh shit, it's not playing.
Oh, Stephen O.
Why is that playing?
You even got him to
That's
talk about Tales.
That would be a tough
Tales from
voice.
the
What's up? This is Steve O, and you're listening to Jared on Tales from the Fort.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right?
I was like, yes,
Yes.
That's awesome.
Where did you meet him at?
Yeah.
Where'd you see him?
He was doing his bucket list tour, and he was in Arlington, and me and Alex bought tickets like 3 months ago.
Damn.
And we kept, you know, reminding ourselves, like, you know, oh, Steve-O on the, you know, December, whatever. Like, all right. And then we get there, and they're like, scan our ticket finally. And so, God. So Ken, it was me, Alex, and Ken that went. Ken, we looked, and is that Murray?
It's
whining?
Murray. Murray's still
I'm
whining.
gonna kick his face in. So me and Alex buy tickets, and we were like fourth row. Like, they were really good tickets. And then Ken wanted to go too, so we looked, and there was like the row behind us, like 2 or 3 seats over, there was a single ticket available. So he bought that one. So then we go there, and Ken has this new car, this Lucid Air car.
What the fuck?
It's his new fucking like electric car.
That dude is-
And the windshield just kind of goes into the roof. So it's just like a panoramic kind of thing.
What the hell?
It's fucking weird. And
Yeah.
like the back seats have like heated seats and everything. It's pretty nice. But so we took that car there.
This Ken guy is like the most interesting guy
literally
on the planet. Yeah.
He's ridden bikes with like Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
Like he's
on a podcast when you get to
he's
that
one of the
podcast, you'll-
episodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex and Ken. And
What was
it's
the subject?
just traveling stories.
Yeah, traveling
that's right.
stories.
Yeah. So
I didn't see that one.
So he has this car. We get there, we're standing in line, and we had taken edibles, and me and Ken had taken edibles.
Right.
Let me correct that. And we Alex is like, all right, get your ticket ready, Ken. And Ken's like, oh, what ticket? And he's like, your ticket. He's like, oh, I don't remember where it's at. And we're like, okay, well, find it. He's like, well, what email did you use? I don't know. What card did you use? I don't know. Like, he's like, I'll just hang out in the car and watch Netflix. We're like,
What?
kid, you have a fucking ticket.
Yeah,
dude.
you have a ticket.
Yeah. So then we get inside. We go through security. We get inside, and then they're like scanning the tickets. And then Alex goes up to the counter. And he's like, hey, he goes, he doesn't have his ticket, blah, blah, blah. He tells them the name. They print off his ticket. So he goes out there to give it to him. So I'm just standing there. I'm like, I swear we got tickets. It's just he's coming back with it. So I was just standing there like this fucking turd. and by the lady scanning tickets and stuff. And then finally Alex comes through. So I go over there by him, and the lady scans her ticket, and she goes, oh, y'all got VIP. And then she goes, gives these lanyards, and we're like, what does that mean? And she goes, oh, there's a meet and greet after the show. I go, oh, that's fucking cool.
Nice.
So I surprised myself because I forgot I bought it.
That's awesome.
So he did this show, and it. So if you've seen Jackass 4,
Yeah.
Zackass or whatever, the fat guy, Zach.
Is that? Yeah.
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 That guy was there. He did a little 10 minutes of stand up.
Oh my God.
It wasn't funny. It was very dark.
Oh, really?
Some of it was really dark. And I don't remember what the jokes were, but it was kind of just more awkward. But a couple of them were kind of funny, but it was just like, dude, this is kind of weird.
Did Steve
Right.
do stand up too, or
No, so Steve-O came out and he would talk to us and just kind of tell us stories, and he was tell us about this bucket list he had. And then he would tell us about each thing on the bucket list. He would tell us a story about it. And then he would basically describe the whole video to us.
Oh my God.
And then he would go play the video for us. And then we would watch it. And then he'd be like, so yeah, dude, so then I came back to this other thing. And then,
It
even
hurts
hard to
to,
do.
yeah, it's hard to do his voice. Yeah.
That's a tough voice to listen to
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Steve-O?
So then he'd come back out and he would talk about the next thing. He's like, the next thing I want to do is jump out of a plane while jacking off, and I blow my load right as I jump out. And then they're like, oh, okay. And he's like, so then I'm in the plane. And I'm like, loop. And then all this shit is like stuff that was too fucking gross for
Oh my God.
YouTube to even put up.
Right.
That's funny.
Ugh.
So all of it's like this nasty ass shit. And it's just like, so I just like painted myself, and I was naked, and I painted myself black, and then I went around and skated around, and then had my dick hanging out and everything, but it was just black. And then it's just like, what the fuck?
Okay.
So
What a
it's all this
life.
wild ass
What
shit.
a life this dude has.
Yeah.
You know? Imagine just like, yeah, I was just hanging out of a plane. You know?
Yeah.
Had my dick hanging out.
And it's literally, he's got a DVD player here, and he's all sitting there. Just, and then there's someone just pumping
you're
lotion
seeing-
in his head. And just,
He's showing this?
yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
funny.
And then there's only a certain window, and he had taken 2 or 3 boner pills or whatever.
fuck.
And he's like, dude, there's no way I'm not getting off. And then you see it, and then they're like, you just see it, and then the wind is blowing and everything, and then they jump out. It's fucking gross.
I mean, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
Wow.
No, fuck.
but it's
That's
like,
too funny.
man, dude.
That's that dude.
So he is so fucking wow.
Yeah.
He didn't do any stunts there though, but
Okay.
I've seen a video of one of his shows where he actually did stunts there, and I was like, God,
Right.
and it was fucking gross stunts. So, but it was a
That
pretty cool
dude.
thing. And then the meet and greet, they just had us line up against the wall, and then we got up there, and then they were like, just have your camera ready. We know you're gonna want to take a picture. So he just, hey, what's up, dude? And then he got a picture of me and Alex and him, or him and Alex, then me, him and Alex, and then me and him. And I was like, he's like, yeah, man. And I was like, can you just record a short little video for my podcast? And he's like, yeah. And he didn't seem like he wanted to do it.
Right.
He's like, what's your name? I was like, Jared. I was like, it's Tales from the Fort. He's like, hey, what's up, guys? Steve L.
Yeah. This is
Just-
Jared.
This is Jared. Tales from
Tales
the
from the
Fort.
Fort.
They're Fuck off. Like, all right, thanks, Steven.
Steven.
So
Stephen O.
yeah, Steven Glover.
Stephen O. Damn it, motherfucker.
That's funny.
Give me that phone back, bitch.
But yeah, it
So
was
that's
pretty
your
cool.
claim to fame? That's
Yeah.
the biggest one? Yeah, that's a good one.
Probably. I mean,
It'd be cool to meet him. I'd like to meet
I don't. I haven't met like a lot. I've met like Ronnie Coleman at a bodybuilding show. Other than that, yeah, like I haven't really met like many celebrities and stuff. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I'm not cool. Not part of the in crowd.
Go to that Texas Pride Mare weekend, man. You'll meet all kinds of cool ones.
Yeah, definitely keep me posted on
Oh,
that
yeah.
one. I gotta
missed
go to
the
this.
Skeet Ulrich one, though. You know, Skeet Ulrich, he was the first in the first Scream movie, one of the bad guys.
Okay.
Not Matthew Lillard,
Not
but
Matthew.
the other
Yeah,
one. You know?
the little.
And I don't know if you're going to get to that.
The sexy
question, but
one.
He's my cute guy of Hollywood.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, your
crushes.
man crush?
Yeah,
Man crush,
he's
yeah.
your man crush.
Right.
He's
Well,
a good one.
him and James Marsden. Like, those are my two. Like, dude, those are some pretty dudes.
Remind me,
James Marsden was Cyclops.
yeah,
in
he
the
played
first
Cyclops.
X-Men.
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Been in,
good-looking
I think,
guy.
The Notebook.
Yeah, he was in The
that's-
Notebook.
That's
Yeah.
where he won my heart, for sure.
Okay. What's your female crush then?
Female, man, I always go Elizabeth Hurley. She's always been my
a
like,
good one.
just top notch. She even
Yeah.
looks great nowadays.
Yeah.
She's like in her 50s or 60s.
Oh yeah,
Looks amazing.
she ages well.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's
So,
a good one. Yeah,
I
we
always
didn't
go
ask.
Elizabeth
We
Hurley.
didn't ask that one on the Fort 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I listened.
good.
It's so weird whenever we have people on. It's like, oh yeah, listen all the time. Like, really?
Really? That's so cool.
Oh, you guys had me cracking up a few times,
Yeah.
for sure.
I hope. I mean,
I think the biggest death that happened that this year for me was Kevin Conroy,
oh yeah.
Voice-
Fuck.
voice of Batman.
I didn't even. He wasn't even on the list on the website that I was looking at.
Yeah, he didn't make a couple lists, and I don't
Yeah.
understand it. And he was recently at a Dallas Comic Con type thing. I want to say back in, I don't know, September or maybe before then. He passed away in November, so.
Yeah.
But he was at that, and people got a lot of pictures with him and things like that. So for him to pass away so soon after that was really just kind of crazy. It's just
Yeah.
like, man, we just saw him at a Comic-Con here in Dallas, and then he passes away. And I mean, he's been the voice of Batman for decades upon
Yeah.
decades, like 40 years. He was
Yeah.
the cartoon Batman. He was the Batman on Arkham.
The video games and stuff.
I mean, you think Batman,
Yeah.
you basically think Kevin Conroy.
He's the one
so-
consistent
I
one.
never
Yeah.
heard the voice till right now, or that name till right
Oh,
now.
really?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, never heard of him.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that was him. Nice.
Yeah.
That's him.
He just got that real deep voice.
Yeah.
I know, like what Mark Hamill did, like the Joker.
Joker,
It was
yeah.
the same thing. Yeah. He was the Batman to
Right.
his
I didn't know
Joker.
that was him.
Yeah.
He just died this year.
He died in November this year. Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember what of, but I didn't write that down.
Maybe cancer.
Yeah.
To you, bats.
Yeah.
Bye bye, Batty.
Real quick, I'll just run through some. Naomi Judd.
She killed herself.
Yeah, she killed herself.
No kidding. One of the Judds.
Yeah. I think she shot herself, right? I think she shot herself.
Was she the mom?
I think she was the mom, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it
she
was
was the mom.
Winona and then Naomi the.
Yeah.
She shot herself?
And then there was Ashley.
I think
Ashley
she had
The young one,
Ashley
yeah.
Judge. I
She
think
had
there was-
depression or something
Yeah,
like
she had a
that.
lot of depression, and
Or she was probably fixing the
thought
squeal
she
on
had
pedophilia
cancer.
and the government killed her.
that's
So,
true too.
Right.
Yeah,
a lot of celebrities happen.
Oh,
yeah.
that.
The dude from Lincoln Park. And
Oh, Chester
Yeah, Chester.
Bennington.
And the dude from Soundgarden. What was
yeah.
Scott Weiland.
Chris,
No,
Chris
Chris
Cornell.
Oh,
that?
Chris Cornell. Yeah.
Cornell, yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Bob Saget died this year.
Yeah. His was just an accident, like freak
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Oh,
but
really?
Yeah.
So,
He was like in a
um,
hotel, just like they found him.
yeah,
or something.
Yeah.
It was. I can't remember what it was. It was like an aneurysm or something, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Bummer.
Blood clot. And
So-
yeah.
Eve, who's been on the show a couple times, she was doing a reading on one of her things, and Bob Saget came through.
Oh.
and he was coming through on the readings and stuff.
Oh,
it was
wow.
fucking crazy. Like
Oh, wow.
where the voice where it says a
Where it
word and
says
stuff.
the words
It
and
was
stuff?
him, he was saying shit on there.
Yeah.
And he was like, funniest on videos.
But I was like, dude, that is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
That was actually, I loved, because I wasn't a huge fan of Full House, but I watched it.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
why not? It's
Yeah.
on.
I
And
think
you know,
most of us did.
hearing him do stand up for the
Oh, my
first
God.
time
Yeah.
and hearing how filthy his mouth
Right.
was, and it's just like, that's Danny Tanner.
Yeah.
right.
That's
Because he
my-
was the most wholesome fucking guy
Yeah.
on that show.
That's my TV dad
Right.
saying all those words.
Yeah.
And honestly, in America's Funniest Home Videos, like I felt like he annoyed me because he was like too like family friendly.
Right.
You know?
I love that
Right.
show though.
But when I got to Tom Bergeron, I missed the shit
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
Danny Tanner for
Yes,
sure.
of course.
I wanted to go back to him because I
Exactly.
can't stand Tom Bergeron.
Yeah, Tom.
I didn't like him at all. I didn't see the new one who's doing it now. The Carlton.
They Carlton, yeah, dude from Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
His name, but I haven't seen it. Alfonso Rivera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple, and it's like,
Yeah.
move on.
But Alfonso and Will, during the Fresh Prince.
Oh yeah,
Brilliant.
oh yeah,
Brilliant.
for sure.
He said he got that dance from watching Monica from Friends in some video or something that he saw.
Really?
Oh, the
famous
Bruce
Carlton.
Springsteen dance.
Yeah.
So he took that and played on it and got the Carlton dance from that.
He's doing the Carlton,
I break that one out every
Yeah.
now and again.
of course.
Can't help it.
It's a classic.
Here just this week, Pele, soccer player, the famous soccer player, basically brought soccer to the USA. He passed away. Franco Harris, Pittsburgh Steeler, huge Super Bowl, the immaculate catch guy. Stephen Boss, or they called him Twitch.
Oh, the DJ dude
Yeah,
from
he
Ellen.
committed suicide as
I don't
well.
know who he was, but
Yeah, I don't really remember him too much, but a lot of people do. Kirstie Allen, or Allie.
Kirstie Alley?
Yeah.
That was a
Man.
big one.
That was
I always
She
remember
fought
her
cancer
from,
for a long time.
Yeah, I always remember her from Look Who's Talking.
Look who's talking.
Yeah.
I love
I
those
know.
I
fucking
loved
movies.
him too.
That's what we remember, and everybody else remembers her from Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the older generation remembers her from Cheers. We remember her from Look
I
Who's
thought
Talking.
she was super pretty in Look
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
Talking.
Yeah.
Beautiful girl.
Yeah.
And
she's from Wichita, Kansas.
Oh,
Really?
No.
What?
Yep. She's from Wichita, Kansas.
Knew you?
But Look Who's Talking got panned. Like nobody liked it, but I loved it.
I love all
Even the
three of the
second one.
movies.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was a third one.
Yeah.
Oh, with
The third one had the
animals.
dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had the animals.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mikey.
Bruce Willis and
Roseanne.
Roseanne.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never saw
Were
the
the
third
dogs' voices.
Yeah.
one. I like the first and second one.
John
Well,
Travolta.
the dogs' voices. No, Bruce Willis was Mikey, and then Roseanne
Oh,
was
that's right.
Julie.
And Julie.
The dogs'
dog
voices
voices.
were. Fuck, who was the dog voice?
I forgot. Bruce Willis was the baby, was the kid, and Roseanne was the girl.
her.
Yeah, I keep telling.
And it's funny because he was John Travolta was trailing off whenever he made those. Like it trailing off as far as like Hollywood, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't
Right.
huge anymore.
Because he
And
didn't
then
get his
did
comeback till Pulp Fiction,
Pulp Fiction,
right?
yeah. Pulp Fiction, then
Yeah.
he blew back up.
Oh yeah,
again,
he
you know?
blew up
Because
again.
Pulp Fiction's brilliant.
Oh fuck, I
He
love
did a
Pulp
great
Fiction.
job.
Yes,
Yeah.
my wife hates Pulp Fiction.
Oh, really?
She absolutely hates Pulp Fiction.
Oh, okay.
Why?
She just,
That's a great movie.
I know, she just hates
She
it.
just doesn't understand.
She doesn't get it. But I always crack a joke. So she hates Pulp Fiction, and she hates Dwight Yoakam. So every time Pulp Fiction comes on,
miles from nowhere.
Yeah, Dwight had a
Time
great
don't
voice.
matter to
I'm a
me.
honky tonk
She
man.
hates Dwight
Oh, I love
Yoakam.
Dwight Yoakam.
and every time those things come on, I'm like, "Hey, honey, it's your favorite artist," and
That's
that
funny.
just to fuck with my kids because the kids are like, "What, you really like Dwight Yoakam?" Oh yeah, she loves Dwight Yoakam. That's her favorite singer.
Why does she like him?
I don't know. I don't know the whole.
He looks weird, like his.
I think
He
she,
looks-
yeah.
You see him in Sling Blade?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, where he's a
Yeah.
dickhead. Great movie.
I am to kill you.
Yeah. Hey, Mickey, I reckon I'm
gonna kill you.
Some people call it a sling blade. They call it a kaiser.
So
I like
Rocks
biscuit taters.
was voiced Danny DeVito.
Who?
Okay.
Danny DeVito Rocks.
Oh,
the
that's right,
dog.
DeVito. Yeah.
And then Diane Keaton did Daphne.
Diane Keaton. Yeah.
I
Okay.
forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
Vito and Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
yeah.
Oh
Brilliant.
God,
That's one of my
love
favorite
that
Arnold
movie.
Schwarzenegger movies.
Aren't they
Me
supposed to
too.
make a sequel for it?
Really?
called
think
Triplets.
so. They're supposed to. Yeah,
And then
I'm
the
hearing.
third one's going to be Black, I think.
Nice.
Probably like Kevin Hart or something
probably
like that.
Kevin Hart's in everything.
Now, listen here.
Yeah.
There ain't no way the fucking three of us are related.
Let's see.
That's funny.
Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac, yeah.
She
My
passed away
dad was
recently.
playing. God,
Yeah.
my dad gets a fucking Bose speaker up there, and he's all just jamming out, and I'm just like, oh my God. People are coming in and hearing like the radio play, and then his Fleetwood Mac or Olivia Newton-John blaring.
Like, Dad, put it away,
Yeah.
Dad.
It's good music. Shut the fuck up.
The comedian Gallagher.
Oh yeah, he died
The
too.
original guy, the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought he died a long time ago.
No, he died this November.
Yeah. I mean, how funny was that though?
I
Was
liked it.
Really?
I liked it.
Just smashing a bunch
I
of
mean,
fruits and
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, can I watch it over and over? No, it's not a George Carlin type thing. But
Yeah.
in the moment,
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, I liked it when I was a kid. For
yeah,
sure.
for sure.
And then I think his brother took over for a while, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
Gallagher 2 or whatever.
Yeah. Kevin Conroy already said Jerry Lee Lewis
Okay.
passed away
yeah.
this year. Great Balls of Fire.
Good song.
Yeah.
Super good song. I
Yeah.
mean, I know the whole Kid Diddler thing. That sucks.
Yeah.
But if you, like I say, you separate the artist from the whatever, the art he did was
Yeah.
amazing.
Right. Right.
That song is
During the
so-
I'm
time.
very good at that. Like Michael Jackson,
yeah.
to me, it's fucking awesome. Like
Yeah.
if he did the shit with the kids, I mean, that's on him. But
I don't think he did.
I think he slept with him because obviously he's in the same bed, which is weird enough.
That's weird.
That's obviously
Yeah.
crossing a line, but as far as but at the same time, these I think who has a Chappelle put it when he was saying like these kids wanted to go to Disney World, You want to go to Disney World, you got to show me your ass. Like, it just is what it is. You wanted those tickets, though, didn't you? It's kind of fucked up, but
Wow, that's true. That's true.
same thing with these Me Too,
Oh, yeah.
all these people coming out like later.
Yeah.
But it's like, but you got the role.
Right.
Like maybe
Yeah.
you shouldn't have done all that first. Whatever.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah,
wanna-
you did all that to get what you got.
Right. Maybe send all that money that you got from that movie back. Then I'll like have some respect.
did he say he's getting all pissed off? He's like, man, what more do you want? He's like, you came to my house, I sucked your dick, and he's like, you got to play with a giraffe. And I was-
What?
I thought
These are the consequences. If you want to go to Disney World for
Right.
free.
It worked out, right?
It's funny.
I'm gonna probably screw up his last name, but Robbie Coltrane.
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 Yeah.
He played Hagrid in Harry Potter.
oh yeah, that dude.
That was a big deal.
I never
He's a good actor.
Harry Potter.
I just put this one down because my mom would probably get pissed off if I didn't put her name down. But Angelia Lansbury,
Oh, Angela Lansbury. Yeah,
Murder, She Wrote, and Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and
Okay, yeah.
I put that one down too.
Oh,
'cause I
did
was
you?
just like, oh yeah.
yeah, I
My
know her.
grandma
I
watched
remember.
Murder She Wrote.
Oh yeah, my grandma did too.
That
She always-
in the heat of the night and
yeah, Quantum Leap,
Matlock.
Matlock.
Be quiet, I'm watching Matlock.
Yeah. Loretta Lynn, famous country singer.
Yes.
She passed away.
I love that old classic country
Yeah.
sound. Like the
Her and
Conway,
Conway
Twitty.
Twitty.
country. Oh,
It's Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty.
Yeah. I grew up on
boom, boom, boom.
Hank Sr.
I'm a coal man. What was her?
Matters daughter.
Yeah, Coleman's daughter.
Yeah, I grew up on Hank Sr. Like my mom loved
Okay.
Hank Sr.
Yeah.
So listen to that whiny voice for a long time, and then
Oh yeah.
Junior, of course, was good. And then I don't know if y'all have Hank the Third, but Hank.
I've
the
never
Third.
really heard much of
Heard
his
of him,
stuff.
but I didn't.
He's like a rockabilly version of his grandpa. Like he has that same twangy type
Okay.
voice, But it's good. He has some
Yeah.
good songs for sure.
It's just like Willie Nelson's son. Holy shit, he sounds just like his
I
dad.
can't stand
But I can't
Willie
stand
Nelson.
Willie. Yeah,
Like
I can't
anything
stand
he
Willie.
does.
Yeah.
Like he did a Christmas song.
On the road again,
La, 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 la.
and I'm high again.
Yeah.
On the road again.
Did y'all? Yeah, I mean, it might be a little too old type of deal, but do y'all play video games any? Did you play Red Dead Redemption Part 2?
Red Dead.
I kind of did,
I never played
Okay.
that.
but
Well, there's a part at the very end where you're on a horse and there's a Willie Nelson song playing. You can't help but get the feels. You're like, man, it's like a little movie,
Really?
He's got this down and out, but there's this Willie Nelson song that starts playing. You're like, man, I kind of like that song.
so the Lukenbach, Texas song.
Yeah.
We went there one day. It was me and this girl that I was on a date with in San Antonio. And we were sitting there and we were talking like we didn't know what to do next after dinner. I was like, you want to go to Lukenbach, Texas? It was like an hour away. And she's like, okay. So we went there thinking like it's this cool, like, tourist attraction. And like the whole way there, I'm just like, only two things in life, this is like living. And like I'm just saying, let's go to Lukenbach. And like we're going through these country roads, and we get there, and it's like 5 picnic tables and a couple gift shops.
That's it?
Yeah, it's like nothing. It's
What
like,
the fuck?
so this is Lukenbach, Texas. There's like a little post office thing that's like a gift shop, and then you can get like a beer. So we had a couple beers out there and just sat there and chilled, and it was great weather that night. But I was like, this is kind of underwhelming.
Who sing? Willie doesn't sing that song though.
It's him and Waylon Jennings.
Is it both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because his whiny ass can, let's go to Lukenbach, Texas.
Yeah, fucking Willie.
Shut up, Willie. Willard, fuck off.
Coolio died this year.
God. That
Still-
sucks.
Yeah.
And that was another one that was a conspiracy theory that he was starting to talk about something about pedophilia or something like that. And then
A lot of the pedophilia things came to surface and people were getting shot over it.
Yep. Went on to Gangsta's Paradise.
Bernard Shaw passed away. He was the very first black TV news anchor. I remember seeing him a couple
remember
times.
the name,
Yeah, Bernard Shaw.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this man.
Anne Hetch.
And
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Anne
another
Hetch,
one.
that's another
She was starting to
conspiracy.
talk about
Yeah.
shit because they said that she was like, they're like, oh yeah, she was fucking dead at that house.
No.
And then there's video where she pops up from the gurney and it's like like naked and shit.
Really?
And then they're like, oh, shut up, bitch.
Oh,
and then they
you're
put her in the
supposed to be dead.
ambulance
Yeah.
and like, yeah, she's dead.
She died when she hit the car, when she hit the house
Yeah,
because she was driving.
they
crazy
they were
and-
she was doing like 90 and like
Yeah.
just fucking drove into a house.
Yeah,
Like,
she was. That
But
was weird.
it came out something. She was working on a documentary or something like that
Right.
about something that was fixing to unveil some stuff. And then, bop, bop.
Olivia Newton-John.
Oh my god,
That hit home to your dad.
yeah.
for sure.
My dad. So my friend Rachel texted it to me, and we hadn't talked in a while. And she's like, "Hey, I know we haven't talked, but I just saw this." And I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Father, it's like, come on, Lord."
Call your dad real quick. Dad, are you
I
okay?
know.
Did you hear the
I
news?
know. So I said, he's like, "Yeah, I heard." And I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, that's tough. Damn. Vin Scully, the LA Dodgers announcer. That one.
Oh, that's.
I mean, I was never a Dodgers fan, but I mean,
So like
You
Red
hear
Sox
his
are my
voice.
favorite, and then Dodgers, and then like Rangers are kind of just in there somewhere,
wherever.
because it's my home.
As long as you're not a
Those-
Saints fan.
Oh shit!
Loser.
Yeah. This year, Bill Russell, famous basketball player, passed away this year. Nichelle Nichols. Oh yeah, she was the black woman on Star Trek. She like broke the ground barrier for black females to get into acting, and so she was on Star Trek. Very popular series.
O'Hara. Or,
Yeah, O'Hara.
yeah.
So
Oh,
that
sucks.
How old was she?
I don't know.
Okay. Didn't do that. much research.
Undetermined.
Yeah, I didn't do that much research. Yeah, I did put down that she passed away in July. So, Paul Sorvino from Goodfellas,
Oh yeah.
and then another Goodfellas in Ray
Liotta.
Liotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We lost two Goodfellas this
I
year.
know. Two good
Sucks.
fellas.
And then staying with the same theme, James Caan from The Godfathers.
Oh yeah.
He was
He was-
Sonny. He's the hothead brother.
He's been in a lot of things.
Oh yeah, he was the dad.
He's
in
always like
Elf.
the fucking mafia kind of
yeah,
guy.
mainly that. But he
And then
started
his
to
son
go.
is Scott Conn.
Wasn't he in Problem Child? Did you ever see Problem Child? A little redheaded kid.
Yeah,
I remember that movie. Was he in there?
Was he in
No,
that?
that wasn't him. I'm thinking.
think Colin was
Big
in that.
Healy, no, but it wasn't him.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Big Ben Healy.
It wasn't him though. Yeah.
Oh my
That was
god,
a con.
I used to watch that movie and Problem Child 2 on
loved
fucking
them.
repeat
Right.
when I was a kid.
Right.
I love those
I
movies.
completely Junior.
Well, speaking of, Gilbert Godfrey died this
Oh,
year.
yeah.
He was in,
He
them.
was on
He was
there,
in those
yeah.
movies. Yep.
The
Yeah.
fourth grade, you're gonna be here for. Yes, here you're graduated to the sixth grade.
His fucking voice is iconic. I mean,
And you know, it wasn't even like his real voice, right? Did you ever hear like his
No.
genuine
Yeah.
voice?
He taught.
Sounded
He kind of
normal,
sounded like
completely
James
Really?
Brown.
what?
Yeah,
normal
just
voice.
kidding.
That was just a voice he put on, just like Larry the Cable Guy. Like,
Right.
that's
So-
not
Yeah.
his legit voice.
Right.
Well, like Michael Jackson, his real
Oh,
voice
yeah.
isn't that high.
that too.
So I heard that he talks that high to put strain on his vocal cords, so it makes him like a better singer
Okay.
for us.
Okay.
So he did it for us.
Oh.
Because
What a guy.
people would say like he's got a deep voice, because even one of the award ceremony he gets up there, he's like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
What up, peeps? I mean, what up?
What's up, motherfuckers? I mean, this is so beautiful.
Blanket.
Well, to come full circle on Foo Fighters, Taylor Hawkins.
Taylor Hawkins.
He
That
passed away this
sucked.
year. Yeah, that was horrible.
The fucking concert that they did where his son played the drums
Yes.
on My Hero. Oh my god.
I
that
still
is-
say he should be the drummer for the Foo
Yeah,
Fighters
for
now.
sure.
His son should just take it.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? The fucker's a
Any drum-
badass.
Dude, how cool would that be to have this band that's ongoing for like 100 years just because the fucking members keep dying off, but they teach
they're
their
kids,
kids all
yeah.
this shit.
Yeah.
So it just keeps continuing
Wouldn't that
on.
be sweet?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
I love it.
I love it.
Hot sports
Done.
opinion. I'm not a big Foo Fighters fan.
Really?
I like that one
Get
song.
the fuck out.
Right?
And hit the cue button. That's the episode. And I appreciate everybody coming out tonight.
No, the one song when they first came out, that all my life I've been searching for something never. I love that song.
Right.
But I haven't liked anything since.
What?
Not since.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Not a big
We've had
fan.
so many good ones.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. But I do like me some Dave Grohl because I got to meet him. He's
There
a cool
you go.
guy.
You don't deserve to meet Dave
I know.
Grohl.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
You,
I take-
you
we take
delete
that
that memory.
When I did meet him too, I was thinking like, man, I wish I knew more about Foo Fighters. So
I
could
wish I
actually-
liked you.
Right. But the whole time I'm just like, oh, Nirvana, of course.
Yeah.
You're the best drummer ever.
Right. And
Your hair's short.
I think I did throw in there like, oh, dude, Foo Fighters is greatness, you know?
Right.
But in the back of my mind,
Well,
I'm
you're
like,
gonna tell him that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Of
to his
course.
face,
I'm
for
not gonna be
sure.
like, man, I like 2 of your songs,
Yeah.
dude.
Right. No, I
Your
told him
songs
it
are
was
great, but
brilliant.
that's it, man. That's where I draw the fucking line with your ass.
Right.
Y'all really annoy the shit out of me.
Scott Hall, or AKA Razor Raymond.
Hey yo,
Hey, yo.
Razor Ramon.
Ramon. That's
Razor
right.
Ramon.
Razor Ramon.
fuck, dude, that guy is basically kind of a little bit of a pioneer into wrestling.
Especially the New
When-
World Orders.
Yeah,
He
because
started-
whenever he went to the WCW, he started that invasion kind of thing to where he didn't reveal that he wasn't Razor Ramon, but it was kind of a silent break to where he
Oh.
just started showing up on TV.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then they for the longest time they didn't say who they were just because they wanted to seem, that's why they were called, their tag team was the Outsiders.
Okay.
And stuff.
Okay.
So he comes in, and that's why whenever he gets in the ring, he literally goes, you know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. And then he gives a speech, and then Kevin Nash comes in, which was just Diesel in WWF.
Right.
And then they're like, oh yeah, and then they get challenged to this 3-on-3 tag match at a Bash, I think it's Bash at the Beach. I can fucking talk. So
Do you understand the words that are coming
Yeah.
out of my mouth?
so then they go into there, and then they're supposed to have this third man who is their third, guy, and it was Sting, Macho Man, and Lex Luger fighting them.
Okay.
And then Hogan comes out, and then it's like, oh my god, it's like, is he the third guy? And then he comes in the ring, and then he fucking turns on there, And then they're like, "Oh, this is the New World Order, brother."
Right.
And then that kicked off the whole fucking NWO thing.
Yeah.
It was fucking insane.
Yeah. He was a
And then
big
it
part of that.
Yeah. They were like the fucking founding guys of that. So
Right.
And then they started just every week it was like a new member on there, and it got really fucking annoying because I went through and watched some of those old WCW
really?
Nitros, and it's just like they're just, oh yeah, we're pimps up here, man. Yeah, like oh we're taking over the commentary, and they just acted like fucking douchebags.
Yeah.
and I was like,
he died early in the year too. He died in March.
yeah.
So
He had so much, substance abuse problems and alcohol and everything.
Yeah.
That he was, I wasn't surprised to see him go. So
Yeah.
Did you ever see Suburban Commando with Hulk Hogan? One of his old movies back.
I
in the
know
day?
what you're talking about, but I haven't
They
seen
advertised it on like the very first Ninja Turtle movie, like
Really?
the DVD you bought back in the.
I love the movie previews before
Yeah.
when you get a VHS and you actually buy the actual VHS and you have
Right.
like 2 or 3 movie previews and stuff.
That was one of them. He was like, so I remember one of the clips was he had this biker gang that comes and he ends up like messing up their bikes or something. And he's like saying like, you did all that. Do you have any idea what we're going to do to you? And then Hulk like, of course you're just going to pound
Yeah.
my face in. And he's like, no, man. It's like, it's the 90s. We're going to sue you.
All right.
Like, whoa, easy.
Yeah. The next one I brought up on video or a picture because you guys probably won't remember him, but he's well known out there. But Howard Hessman, he was mainly famous for WKRP
in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Yeah.
but he was also in so many other movies.
Yeah.
He was. I know he was in a couple police academies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was like the top
Police
like sergeant or whatever
Yeah.
guy, I think.
And yeah, he just did a lot of just in and out things, but he was a funny guy. I always thought he was really fucking hilarious on a lot of things that he did.
I didn't have anything against
So,
him.
Remember that dude from Police Academy? The
Michael Winslow. Oh my
Yeah,
god, the
the
sound
voices.
effect.
Oh, the dude was badass.
That
He's
dude
still
was
going to this
so-
day.
and he can really do that shit,
Yes.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
To me. I thought it was movie.
He went on
effects.
America's
No.
Got Talent and
Yeah.
like went on there. I don't know how far he got on there, but
Yep.
I was like, dude, he is so fucking talented. That's the reason I make like sound effects now and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because of him. Because I was just like, man, that's so cool.
Have
I
you
thought
heard
it was
his
cool
Jimi
as shit.
Hendrix?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he does the guitar
Led
and
The
Zeppelin.
everything.
guitar, the Led Zeppelin. Yeah.
Right.
You did cool.
Yeah. The fucker's badass.
I like the dude though, the main guy, the head guy that was the Punky Brewster's dad.
Steve Guttenberg.
You know,
Yeah.
the older dude that
Yeah.
was in Police Academy.
Yeah. Always said like very, very, very honorable.
Yeah, dude, he was so hilarious.
I don't know who that is.
He was like,
"Oh,
I haven't
Punky."
seen
You know
that
when
in
he's
so
on Punky
long.
Brewster?
yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Anyways.
I love the police academies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I just
grew
love
up on
Michael
that type of
Winslow.
stuff. Yeah.
Just like the sound effects. Like
Yeah.
come on with your hand top.
Louis Anderson passed away
Oh.
this year.
He always seems so fucking whiny.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
He did Family Feud for a while.
He
right?
did
Yeah.
Family Feud for a while.
Let's have
Steve
a
Harvey.
chicken.
He was in Coming to America as the McDowell's.
McDowell.
He had a TV
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
The
Not
Life
McDonald's.
of, Life with
but
Louie.
McDowell's.
Right.
Yeah, Life
Right.
of Louie.
Not the
Did he-
Golden Arcs. It was
No,
the
it's
Golden
Golden
Arches,
Arches.
or something. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't have the golden arcs. I have the
Right.
golden arches.
I like it when he's out on the balcony. He's like, "Yes, fuck you too." Yeah. Someone's like, "Hey, fuck you, buddy."
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck
too.
you too. All right.
But yeah, Louis Anderson, he just ended his life weird. Like, that's just the things that he was doing. Like whatever show he was in, he was always in dresses and kind of going more. He was kind of wanting to be recognized more as a female,
What?
but he wasn't really making those changes though. But
Well, in this day and age, he's a pioneer.
he was a weird dude at the end of his life. He was just he was
That
out
seems
there.
very weird.
Yeah. Last couple ones I had here, Marvin Lee a day, or you guys may know him as Meatloaf.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Good old
We just
Meatloaf.
watched Fight Club last night.
Oh yeah.
With him in it
Love
with the
Fight Club.
Bitch tits.
The bitch
Yeah,
tits.
yeah.
Yeah.
oh, was that him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
it.
wow.
Yeah.
I
And-
love that song "Paradise" by the Dashboard Light.
Yeah.
Oh, whenever it gets to that, so I think it was Tom Cruise. They used to do on Jimmy Fallon. They would do the lip sync battles.
Yeah.
On there.
Oh yeah.
And he did that. I think he did. It was him that he did that song. And he did like the duet, and he was like doing both parts. It was so fucking good.
Really?
Yeah. It
I
was
haven't
awesome.
seen that.
And that was Meatloaf?
Tom Cruise.
Well, it's Tom Cruise performing Meatloaf.
Oh, I
yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that song's by Meatloaf.
Yeah.
And it's basically like, you said you'd love me forever. And he's like,
Yeah.
now I'm praying for the end of time. And I'm praying for the end of time.
I think Meatloaf to this day has the longest song fucking ever. In I will do anything.
He had
for
like these
love.
fucking,
That
just
fucking
grand
song
old
just.
songs.
I think it's still
Yeah.
going right now.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's the longest. And Mandy loves that song. She really likes that song.
Yeah.
That's
And
just
that's like a
huge
fucking
Meatloaf fan.
12 minutes fucking song.
That's the way that other song, the Paradise by the Dashboard.
Yeah, that's about a 10-minute song.
It's like, yeah, and the part that I like, I finally actually listened to the song. It's not till like 4 minutes in almost.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit. I was like, where is this part at?
No kidding.
And then he also played Eddie on Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yep, he was Eddie in Rocky Horror. Mm-hmm. What were you gonna say? I thought you had something.
Oh, I was just gonna add that, like songs that go on forever.
Oh yeah,
Well, police still back there singing Roxanne.
yeah, yeah. Right.
Put on your red light. Put on your
He just said
red
it.
light.
Yeah.
Roxanne.
Okay, turn on the fucking red light already.
Turn it on, bitch. Then the last one I have here is Sidney Poitier, pioneer black man in the actor industry.
He was black?
and the biggest thing he did was they call me Mr. Tibbs, from I can't remember what show that was from, but that was like his biggest come through. Yeah, that was his biggest
Drawing a
acting
blank
career.
on that one.
Yeah. So
I don't
let's
know
see what
that good.
that movie is.
Well, sorry, Sid.
Sorry for the loss.
Bummer.
What is that movie from?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Quotes. Oh, there it is. But that's not the movie, is it? They call me Mr. Tibbs? No way. Oh, in the heat of the night.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Name sounds really familiar, but I honestly have no
My
idea.
grandma
who
used to
that
watch
is.
that show.
Yeah. In the heat of the night.
night.
They call me Mr. Tibbs. But yeah, I mean,
don't
he
remember
was a big pioneer.
The dude that played what's his name? Walker, Texas Ranger sidekick in the TV show, the black guy that was also in Top Gun.
I forgot. Oh, he was in Top Gun.
Yeah.
Good call. I didn't know that.
He died
Put that
as
together.
well.
Oh, he passed
recently.
away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
He was in
What was his call sign?
He had the glasses on in Top
Yeah.
Gun. Right? Yeah.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was also in Die Hard.
Oh
was
yeah,
the guy drilling into the vault.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Old place I used to work at called Leo's Foods did an episode of Walker Texas Ranger, just like the stunt part with the bike or whatever, and it was really cool. I'm pretty sure I'm in the background of that one scene.
Clarence Gilliard.
Clarence.
Yes, Clarence.
I mean, that's an older
Clarence Gilliard.
He's older there, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
Clarence Gilliard. Yeah, he was the one in Die Hard.
Sundown. That was his call sign.
Oh, Sundown.
Okay. Gilly.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a lot of
Bummer.
top quality people pass away.
So, who do you think is going to pass away in the next year, like celebrity wise? Do you think there's any givens?
Yeah,
Betty White's already passed, right?
she's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gone.
I think country singer
Randy Travis.
Randy Travis. I think
feel like
he's got to be.
he's not in good health.
And I love Randy Travis.
Yeah.
He's right up there with a lot of.
He's one of my favorite
He's
voices.
badass.
Him
Yeah.
and Dwight Yoakam are like literally my
Yeah.
favorite voices in country. for
Yeah,
sure.
I love Dwight Yoakam. I don't know why Mandy hates him so much. I'm gonna have to figure that one out.
Yeah, but-
she hates Pulp Fiction because she can't follow it because it's
Yeah, it
there's
bounces
like
back
Jumps
and
around a
forth.
little
it jumps
bit.
around too much.
But once you
Reservoir
watch it a couple
Tarantino.
times, you kind of figure it
Right.
out.
Exactly.
And you're like, oh, okay, so this takes place here and
Right.
here.
Yeah.
And it literally just kind of intertwines. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's
And I really think she hates the Bruce Willis parts of the movie. I mean, because let's face it, Bruce,
buddy.
yeah, the whole Honey Bunny, and the Down in the Cellar with.
Wait, is that
with
what he
Zod.
said? Honey Bunny?
No,
Or-
Honey Bunny was the dude from.
Honey Bunny was the one.
He was in that
Robbing
little
the restaurant.
cafe.
Tim
Right,
Roth
right.
and
Oh
what's
yeah,
that
that's right.
girl's
He
name?
said Honey Bunny.
Yeah.
What
What
did
he call her? What did he call that?
He
that
was
foreign
calling her
bitch?
Honey Bunny, and then she called him something different, right? Or was it vice versa?
In the restaurant,
Yeah.
In the restaurant,
Yeah.
it was Honey Bunny.
he
and,
would always say Honey Bunny. And I don't remember if she had a name
yeah.
for him,
remember.
but yeah, Bruce Willis always told
called her something.
Yeah, there's a nickname.
I don't remember. So funny thing about that movie is I overheard my mom and dad talking to their friends, and they went and saw it in the theater. And my mom was telling, "Oh yeah, there's a little bit of blood, a little bit of sex, all this stuff." And so, whenever I spent the night at my friend Chad's house, his mom would let us do whatever the fuck we wanted, and she would rent whatever movies we wanted to. And I told Chad, I go, "Hey, tell your mom to rent Pulp Fiction. I heard there's sex in there." And I was like, yeah. So we watch it, and the only fucking sex is where he's
man sex.
fucking Marcellus Wallace in the ass.
Right.
And
Zod
I was
is
like,
going to fucking
that's
town on
not sex. So
Sex of a sword, I guess.
Is that how am I supposed to do that, Mom?
I'm gonna get some hard
what is it? Euro trip?
that ass.
Like Euro
Medieval
trip
on
is like,
that.
I watched a gay porno once. The girls never came.
Yeah, you.
Yeah,
me,
I was
and
so
me.
disappointed as
There
a
ain't
kid.
no you and me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get medieval on this
Medieval.
ass.
Yeah.
Fucking
Great movie.
Marcellus Wallace.
Yeah.
I love that fucking
Describe
movie.
Marcellus Wallace.
Yeah.
You say what again? What?
Well, to me, like, was it Kubrick and even I guess who's the Pulp Fiction guy that made it?
Quentin
Quentin
Tarantino.
Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino.
Like, I just like those movie type guys that
Yeah.
make movies that
Yes.
make you think and
Yes.
Yeah.
have weird things in it that kind of I
They
love
stimulate
that
your
shit.
mind.
Because Mandy doesn't even like the newest movie he did with the Hollywood.
Oh,
Well,
once
the Bruce
upon a
Lee
time.
scene made me mad enough. I didn't even watch it because
Yeah.
the Bruce Lee scene, I was like, come on.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee ain't going to lose like that. Come
No.
on. You're making him look like an idiot.
Right.
But anyways, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Bruce Lee
Digress.
has the 1-inch punch that'll kick your fucking
Right.
ass.
Bruce Lee would have beat the shit out of this dude.
Right.
Whoever the fuck it was.
Right.
That might be just my bias.
No,
side,
that's
you know,
that's totally made up.
I didn't
right
see
there.
the movie. though.
He's
Was
a
it
bad
pretty good?
motherfucker.
It's
No,
it's
fuck yeah,
funny.
it is.
I really like it. I mean, it's basically about the time when what's his face, the serial killer. Well, not really a serial killer. He made other people do his work. Manson was going around and having his little demons do their deed, and they basically put it into that type of era.
I got you.
You know, and
Did you know that Rick James, I think it's Rick James, was supposed to go to that party that night and he was hungover and he didn't go,
oh wow,
and ended up everyone getting fucking murdered at the
Right.
party.
right,
Sucks.
yeah, that
Sharon Tate was beautiful.
Sharon
too.
Tate. See, that's
Man,
what
she
they
was
had in the movie. They had in the movie that Leonardo DiCaprio's character and Brad Pitt's character, they went to their house first before they went to Sharon Tate's house. And those two...
Wait, is that what that movie's about?
more or less, yeah.
Oh shit, I didn't
Yeah.
watch
I
that
didn't
then.
know that either. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it's mainly about growing up in the 60s, 70s during that era for the Hollywood people and
Yeah.
dealing with that type of shit going on. But he twisted it to where instead of them actually doing their deed, they go into the other house next to Sharon Tate's house, which is Brad Pitt's house and Leonardo DiCaprio's house, and they totally fuck him up. You know, Brad Pitt has his pit bull dog there, and he sicks him on one of them. That whole scene at the end there is fucking hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing because Leonardo's character's out in the swimming pool listening to the scene that he's going to play
Yeah.
in the next day. So he's just on the pool listening to the tape and his lines and stuff. And then here comes a bitch into the pool because Brad Pitt just fucked her up. she lands in the pool. He gets all panicky, gets out of the pool, goes into his little pool shed, and grabs a flamethrower that he used in a movie and torches her ass in his pool.
What the fuck?
It's hilarious.
Sounds funny.
It's funny.
Watch this movie.
And then at the end, at the very, very end, Sharon Tate's, the character who's playing Sharon Tate, gets on the intercom, and Leonardo character is listening to her. It's like, hey, what's all going on out there? It's like, oh, these two people, these guys came into our house, and we totally took care of them. The one barbecued in the pool, and the other one, they're all gone, but we're good. It's like, well, you should come up and hang out with us. And that's the party that they actually went to and killed everybody. Right. But Quentin left it as in they got caught here. Brad Pitt and them took care of them, and now Sharon Tate's still alive. Because Sharon Tate was absolutely beautiful. She was in so many different things, and
Helter Skelter.
Did you just spoil the movie?
not really, because
I was like,
the whole movie, I think,
we just said we didn't
hilarious.
see it.
Yeah, the whole
And then
movie.
he
is
tells
hilarious.
all this stuff. I'm like,
Right.
you fucking asshole.
Yeah, you got to see it. You got to see it. It's classic Quentin. So
Yeah.
I don't know why Mandy is so against his movies and Dwight Yoakam. I don't understand her passion of hate to Dwight
She
Yoakam.
looks good in them jeans.
Those skinny, tight ass jeans. That's why he can hit some of those notes that he can hit.
Yeah, funny. That's funny.
I'm a million miles from nowhere.
He's got a great voice.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'll always play it. And
Or what was he? Wasn't he in Wedding Crashers? Like at the beginning when he's fighting with that woman.
oh yeah.
You know?
He was-
Yeah.
yep. He was in
She's
Wedding
like,
Crashers.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me. You
Yep.
know? That was funny.
He plays the bad guy in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because he's the kind of the bad guy in Sling Blade, and he's a bad guy in something else. I'd have to remember, but yeah, I like Dwight.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that my wife can't stand him.
It's so weird.
People's taste. So
Different strokes.
yeah, different strokes for different folks. Well, how'd you like your first time on a podcast, man?
I like it.
Yeah,
Are we done?
I think we're getting close.
Yeah. We're at
We haven't
2
even gotten
hours.
into religion yet.
I know we're gonna have
my
to.
favorite
Oh, man.
We'll do that next time.
I'm down.
We'll definitely have. We kind of wanted to get this one to kind of kick us back off, and since we were off for a month,
Not my choice.
no, for sure not. We'll
I had to
definitely be back
cancel
on here
'cause of
every
being
week.
Sick and
Yeah,
being out of town, and
yeah. When you send me that message of, "Hey man, I gotta cancel," and I'm like, "Oh fuck, no."
I know because I was looking forward to it, and I was
Yeah.
just like, I literally was up at work, just like,
Yeah,
and my dad was like, "You sick?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh,
get to work, bitch.
you want some leave?" I'm like, "All right."
I feel like we didn't even get through all 4 questions, or did we?
No, we did.
You asked the last
Yeah,
one.
you asked. You asked the last one.
I'm
Did you want
sorry.
another question?
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah, what
didn't
other
know.
questions are there?
I didn't know I was taking over part of the thing.
No, that was good.
I'm sorry.
We like it. Take it over. This was cool. While you're looking up a question, this was cool that happened this year that I wanted to bring up. In Burlington, North Carolina, a baby was born on February 22nd, 2022 at 2:22 a.m. in delivery room number 2.
What?
Ain't that crazy?
What'd they name her?
2.
022.
Or Dulce.
3.
No, I just thought that was cool. I read that. I'm like, what the fuck? This was also the year that the slap heard around the world.
Oh, the Will
Oh,
Smith slap.
Will Smith hitting Chris
That's
Rock.
too
Yeah,
funny.
that's so. There's so many memes about that now.
Yeah.
It's so much.
Yeah.
Well, he was laughing about it at first.
Yeah, I would
You could
say.
tell he thought it was funny.
I would say, conspiracy. Was that planned or was it not? What do you
don't
guys think?
think
I don't think on
was.
Chris Rock's part for sure that was
Okay.
not planned. He
Yeah.
looked totally stunned.
He did. That's the only thing that I'm taking back.
Yeah,
that I
you're like,
don't
it's
think
a
it was
joke.
because he was lost for words. He didn't really know how to go on.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Will
from the
Smith was such a
audience and
shit.
from Will Smith's point of view, it looked like it was fucking planned. Like everybody was in on it, but Chris.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's fucked up if that's the way it went down.
Yeah.
Right.
But I totally think that was just fucking bogus.
Right.
Will.
I mean, he made a G.I. Jane joke. It's not that bad.
Exactly. He's a
Calm
fucking comedian.
Down. That's what he does. Right.
Yeah, you're gonna
Right.
get picked on, especially if
Absolutely.
you're sitting in the front row where he can see you,
Yeah.
and your wife's got a bald head.
Yeah.
He's gonna say, "Hey, she's getting ready for GI Jane 2
Yeah.
or 3 or whatever they're at,"
Right.
and then get my wife's fucking name out your mouth.
I didn't get it. I didn't,
Yeah.
I definitely put him down a notch in my book, for sure.
And it's just another reason why I don't watch those fucking shows. I just,
Yeah.
I don't care to watch people, brag about themselves. I guess.
I liked how Ricky Gervais though took it kind of over and pretty much just said it how it is. Like,
torched him.
It was brilliant.
Yeah, I
Brilliant.
love that one.
All
And-
the shit they didn't want to hear,
Yeah.
he said it.
And now you see that he's nowhere to be found. Like he's
Right.
not doing a damn thing
Right.
out there.
Oh, he even said it the whole time. He's
Yeah.
like, "This is my last
Yeah,
time.
this
Who
is
cares?
This
Who
is it.
cares?"
He called out a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, God.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. He's like, speaking of you pedophiles, he's like, Apple put out a new something. Jesus Christ.
I love going back and just listening to that.
Yeah, it was so
And
funny.
to see the audience reaction,
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
God, like he's,
Yeah, Tom Hanks personally, just sitting there going, "Oh my god,
yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
somebody needs to shut this guy up. He's gonna take
Right.
all my fun away."
And he's like, like the Weinstein thing. He's like, I don't care. He's your
Yeah.
friend. I don't care.
Can you guys even watch Polar Express without thinking all the bad things that Tom Hanks is?
I've tried to
involved
watch
in?
it once and I couldn't get
even
into
seen
it.
Oh, you haven't even seen it? Okay.
I've never seen it.
Well, it's
Like,
it's all about children being on a train going to North Pole to see Santa, and Tom Hanks plays basically every fucking part. Tom Hanks is the train guy to get him there.
Conductor, yeah.
He's Santa Claus. He's the ghost on the train. There's a guy ghost that rides the train whenever he wants, and that's Tom Hanks too. I mean, Tom Hanks is basically the fucking movie, and so now you know how big he is in being a pedophile.
Yeah.
That's just that movie. You
Isn't that
just
still alleged or no?
I think it's pretty much
'Cause
fact.
I think I heard something about his name being on the list and all that
Yeah.
jazz, but have we really heard the
like
list?
like him and his wife moved to another country. They're living in another country right now.
Right.
I mean, because they don't want to get caught and then get prosecuted. So
Man, big. Some of these movies he did.
I know.
Brilliant.
I know.
So I guess we're just gonna have to separate the artist. from-
Yeah.
yeah, and it's tough to do on some of those things like that, but I can definitely do that.
Yeah.
I can definitely separate the artist from what the hell's going on. Like my dad, he can't. My dad will never watch another fucking Tom Hanks movie ever again. I mean, hell, my dad got pissed off. My dad loves, oh my gosh, Murray.
Shut up.
My dad loved James Dean. Like
Yeah.
he grew up loving this guy. And next thing he found out, I think he found out like almost 5 or so years ago that James Dean was gay. And he took down, like he had James Dean mugs and stuff. There's not a James Dean anything in my dad's house. He will not even refer to
Damn.
James Dean anymore. Like, because he found out he was gay. I'm like, but do you know he was gay, or is it just being said that he was gay? Well, no, he was gay. I'm like, okay, well, and you don't like him anymore now just because of that? Yeah. Okay.
That's a little too far.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Whatever.
I mean, come on. It's James Dean. He's badass.
Yeah. I've never seen anything with James Dean in it.
Oh, you haven't? Rebel Without a Cause? Oh, you got to see that.
Is it pretty good?
Yeah, it's good. Good stuff.
All right. If you were dropped into a TV show or movie and forced to live out the rest of your life, which show would it be?
Good question. I feel like some people I've heard say the Home Improvement one.
Yeah.
That'd be a good
That'd
one.
be a good one.
That's a good
It's
one.
very wholesome.
Yeah. And Tim Allen's your
I
dad.
know.
Yeah.
If I could be a Taylor kid for the rest of my life.
Even BSing with was it Wilson? Who's the
Yeah.
next-
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just the eyes. And
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
And that,
Yo, Taylorette.
yeah. That guy passed away. I think he passed away last year, though. Last year, or
Yeah.
the year before. Mr. Wilson.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. Man, if I had to pick, I don't know.
And it could be movie or TV show.
Beverly Hillbillies,
Oh, really? Wow.
making shit tons of money, but they're still humble, like down to earth, swimming in the cement pond.
Right.
That'd be pretty smooth.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I'd roll with that one.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Come on, Jed. Move away from there. California's a place you want to be.
And that had the Ernest P. Worrell as the
Yeah.
Jed
movie
Clampett.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I miss Ernest, dude. Scared Stupid and
Yeah.
Goes to Camp. Man, I love those movies.
Yeah.
I grew up with Scared Stupid and Goes to Jail.
Yeah.
I never
Ernest
saw
goes to jail. Yeah.
Goes to Jail was there's this prisoner that looks exactly like him, so they swap him, and then it's this weird thing, and then his job is a janitor at a bank, and it's just
Yeah.
typical Ernest shit.
I
Yeah.
loved it, though.
It's pretty funny though.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely need to have me on if you ever have religious talk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh Lord,
Yeah. We need to do that.
And next time we get in, I would like to talk to Eve, on some of the things she kind of believes in and things,
yeah.
Yeah.
I've listened to a few of her, and it's just tough for me to. And it's not that I'm against it. I need more evidence, but maybe she could provide something that
Yeah,
I've never
Yeah.
seen.
she's told me stuff that I'm just like, there's no fucking way. Like,
Yeah.
she told him stuff. It's just like,
I'm just the hugest skeptic, though. Like, I just can't believe even ghosts to aliens. So aliens is tough for me because I feel like the universe is just too vast for there not to be something.
Right.
yeah,
Like mathematically, I feel like it's almost impossible.
yeah.
But have we been visited? I just can't buy that.
Oh,
I think
I'm
there's
sure.
UFOs, but the U stands for unidentified, so we can't necessarily say it's alien flying object. It's just unidentified,
Right.
So sure, there's some weird shit out there, but is it alien? I just don't believe so.
Right.
But I feel like I'm more in the minority on that. People see a weird craft, they say that's alien,
Yeah.
and I'm
That's
like,
from
well,
another planet.
the government and stuff knew about drones well before we did.
Right.
So of course they put these drones in the sky with lights, and they could do some crazy shit that we could never, till nowadays.
Right.
So like I said, I'm just the ultimate skeptic. I just don't believe in anything supernatural. I'm only the natural. To me, there is only natural.
Right.
And I would love for there to be something else, but I've just never seen evidence for it,
Right.
It's tough.
Very much.
I've seen a UFO once, and it was pretty freaky. It was big, and because my grandma, so like where she lived is like right before you go to the bridge to the Burgers Lake. You ever been
Oh, yeah,
there?
yeah. Uh-huh.
And there's the women's hospital prison that's back there.
Right.
It's all lit up at night. And my cousin's mother, which was my aunt, she rented a house right across the street over there. And we were some reason laying on the roof one night, and we like saw something just floating above that prison. It was fucking huge and had all these dim lights around it. And it was completely silent. I was just like, what the fuck is that? And then me and him were like looking, and then it like turned around, and then it just
Took off.
took off. And we're like, what the fuck? We were freaking out. It was pretty crazy.
So my question
Right.
would be then, does that mean necessarily alien, or does that just mean there's some weird shit that people know about that we don't know about, but it's still just normal people doing this,
I mean,
Right.
could be both.
Could be, who knows?
I would say Area 51 has a lot of shit there that, especially a lot of stuff that we're just testing. I mean, just, our own military is testing these different things.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got a very valid point, but I'm in agreement with the whole, it's such a vast, I mean, we're just one galaxy and there's hundreds, if not thousands
Yeah.
of these other galaxies. How can we be the only thing
Sure.
out there?
But I guess
so
the question is just, have we been
have
visited?
they got, yeah.
To where, because I feel
valid
like that's
point.
kind of like a duh. Like, I feel like it's just too big for there not to be something.
Right. There's
But-
got to be something.
But even like, I remember somebody on your podcast was talking about how if we're looking light years away, we're literally looking in the past.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if people are light years from us looking at us, they're just seeing dinosaurs and shit like
Yep.
that, maybe.
Right.
And thinking like, well, that's just a place full of reptiles and they don't know about us,
Right.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, and even though the universe is expanding so much and so fast that there's going to be a certain point where we don't see any stars in the sky at all.
Right.
Because everything's just away
gonna
from
be
us,
gone,
and we'll
right.
never be able to see anything.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of mind-boggling when
Oh,
you
yeah.
really think about
It's-
space and how insignificant we really are.
Yeah.
Right.
kind of weird.
And how we know more about space than we
Right.
do our own oceans. We
sure.
know shit about our oceans, but we know a shit ton about space. Like, how does that make sense?
Right.
You know?
Right.
And it's just because we have the technology to get into space. We have no technology because of the pressure of the earth and the water of the ocean, so we can't even explore it.
Right.
So, but I mean, imagine what the fuck's down there.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, and could things be down there that's coming up to visit us?
Yeah.
And we don't know.
Because that's what I've heard too. Is that that's the theory that the aliens are under like there's like an inner Earth kind of
Right.
society kind of
Well,
thing.
there's USOs, which is UFOs on above, and then there's USOs, unidentified submerged objects.
Submerged
things like
objects.
that.
I've heard that. Yeah.
So, do y'all think we landed on the moon?
That one's so tricky. I think yes, but
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know.
No,
Yeah.
you don't believe so?
I just the way it happened was that they promised to do it by the end of the decade, and it happened like in 1969. But the year before, Stanley Kubrick filmed 2001: Space Odyssey, and then watching some of the shots, you're just like, okay, he did this. Why wouldn't he just film this for them? And it was just kind of like basically a bragging point to kind of keep Americans, their heads up.
Right.
I don't know if we ever actually really went, but I just feel like that first one wasn't real. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I do believe we went.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I just, most scientists, I feel like it would just be too big of a conspiracy for everybody that was involved to cover it up.
yeah,
Right.
it's like, how would no one talk?
Right.
Somebody would have
Yeah,
said
somebody
something
would have
by
said
now.
something. about it.
I do feel like there's secrets that we don't know that they've
Sure.
seen up there.
Right.
Because I've heard a lot of those kind of conspiracy things where,
Well, even some of the military stuff coming out now about seeing UFOs and things
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that, or things on the other side of the moon that that when they passed around it,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of
The
things.
dark
coming out,
side
for
of the
sure.
moon.
right?
Yeah.
Which actually does get sun, but
Yeah.
dark side of the moon. Yeah.
Right.
We just don't get to see it. that
Right.
often.
We don't get to see it. Yeah, I think there's definitely some things that have been left out, but I do think we went, and I just don't think like the broadcast of it was just really.
yeah,
I mean, and I know the times, but it just was really shit, So, if they were going to do their own moon landing, I think it would have been better.
Right.
So for the quality that it was, I think we did actually land on the moon. But all the stuff that happened up there, and since we've been up there, I think they are keeping a lot of things from us of shit that's going on.
Oh.
So I don't think the moon is made of cheese or anything
no.
like that crap.
Right.
So,
Right.
or it's the Death Star where there's shit inside of it and blah blah blah.
Right.
But yeah, we definitely
never
next next time we have you on, which could be pretty soon. I mean, depending on what guests we have lined up,
Yeah.
we definitely need to do that and definitely talk about religion. That's one thing that we've kind of skated around, but we haven't really dug into is religion.
Yeah.
So
Growing up in it, I mean, it's definitely a favorite subject of mine. Just
Right.
'cause I feel like I know a lot about it.
Right.
And it's just fun for me to talk about.
oh yeah, for
and
sure.
I'm not against anybody's beliefs or anything
No.
like that. Or it's just because I'd like to believe myself is the thing. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I'm for the idea. I need some evidence. I need some proof. I need something,
Right.
And everything I've gotten so far has either just been faith or the Bible or personal experience. And none of those three are proof for me.
Right.
So how can I get convinced? Though,
Right.
is-
How
is
can
my
you be
biggest
convinced?
question.
Right. Yeah. With me, I've had proof, for myself, it's proof, and I've been a believer. I read the Bible religiously? No. And have I gone to church religiously? No. In fact, I've recently have just been going back to church because my daughter, Casey, she has a boyfriend that has been going to church, and she really liked it. And so she invited me and my wife and my daughter, and we've gone, and it is a great church. They have a strong belief, and they don't, it's not one of those churches where they pound it into you like you better believe this or else.
Right.
I think they're very open-minded. They're very well in touch with the new things that are going on, whether it being gays or whatever. The suicides that have been going on here lately too. They've been kind of able to talk to people about those things and how to kind of register those in your brain, if you will.
Yeah.
Because those are things that, according to the Bible are bad, and they shouldn't happen. But I think this church is really more open-minded on all those type of things. But I'm still going, still kind of trying to get my feet wet on if I really want to stay going to the church and be a member of it. Because, growing up, we didn't go every Wednesday, but we did go every Sunday. And it was a Baptist church. And, I really liked it. But then they started showing their true colors of being a church when my parents got a divorce.
Yeah.
And then they started going, by the Bible, by the book, oh, you can't be remarried. As soon as my dad remarried, my stepmom and my stepbrothers were kind of outcasted, and then my mom, she started living with another woman because she needed to make ends meet. And this was a good friend of hers. And so they got a place together. And since it's two females living together, that was not good by the church. Right. And so I started seeing a different side of the church, not really the Bible, not God, but just from church. And that just reminded me of man is, their own, their own sin. Yeah. They can bring things down. And when a church should be the staple of the Bible, when it's ran by men, by humans, it's not going to be that way.
Right. I mean, there's plenty of verses about a man lying with a man's an abomination.
Correct.
But I mean, if you look 2 sentences above that, it says eating pork is an abomination.
Right.
So, I mean, we all like bacon.
Right.
So, it's just one of those. You can cherry pick that thing all day long.
Exactly. And that's that's the same thing. Like I'd got into a conversation with my mom. She doesn't like tattoos because in the Bible it says you should not desecrate your temple, and your temple is your body. Right. And I'm like, okay, well, what if when I die, I want to be, gosh dang it, where you get turned into ashes, cremated. I'm like, so I'm cremated now. My body doesn't even exist. So all the tattoos and everything, they're gone. So if I'm cremated, my body's not there.
Right.
So, and also in the Bible, when you die, your body stays here. Your soul goes to heaven. My soul's not tattooed. My body is. Right. So how you can really pick some things apart.
For sure.
And it's just like, to me, God's not that damn picky. Jesus is not that damn. The biggest thing that the Bible says to me that I really look into is you have to know the Son. You have to know Jesus to get into heaven. Yeah. That's my biggest thing. If you know him, he knows we're all sinners. I mean, that's why he placed his Son, on this planet to be a man and to go through the sins of men and to experience that. And then the guy died on the cross. Again, another thing that his dad put him through. I mean, his dad put his son through a ton of shit, and that was for us to understand what it was going to be. And we know we're all going to be sinners. So, okay, I guess I got a tattoo and I guess that's a sin. But then if I go and get cremated, is that really a sin? It never even happened. And what's a scar? Scar's that's
damaging your temple.
That's damaging my temple too. Right. So it's just there's a whole bunch of different things that I'm not like against, and I don't want to say, oh yeah, I'm not a believer because of those things. It's just it makes you question, But just the life experiences that I've had, the whole spiel of one door closes, another door opens. Yeah. I really believe that. That's happened to me a lot, especially over the years.
It's just such an interesting subject.
It's a huge subject.
It can go really deep, but a lot of people are very sensitive about it.
Right.
And it's one of those that I don't mean to be harsh or anything.
No.
It's just what I personally believe. And
right.
Like I said, I'm in the eternal search to find something. So
right.
Maybe one day.
Oh, yeah. And we can definitely have that topic for sure. And if Eve wants to come on for it, I think that'd be a great topic for her too, to be here with. Because I'd like to hear her insight on that, just because she can. I mean, I know she's got that gift because she can, sense, and she gets those readings, And I don't know how. I don't know how it works. You know, again, to me, it's a gift. It's like watching Michael Jordan play basketball. He's got that gift. I do not. There's no way I'd be able to do that. Right. But yeah. So I think that'd be an awesome topic to bring up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
I really appreciate y'all having me on, though.
Hell yeah.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like fucking exhausted. So. But thanks everyone for listening, and we will see you next time. I don't even know who's going to be on, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Hopefully next weekend be David or something from 181.
Yeah.
I think so.
We'll see. So
cool.
all right. See you guys.
See ya.